水力マックス。
無理して一緒に来なくていいんだぞ。
ブルーソックスファンはお祭り好きでね。
行くぞ。
All right, people. Let's see here. Drop that. All right. So, welcome to the situation. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. Hopefully I'm coming through okay. Hopefully the music came through all right. Because that's the thing. That's kind of important. And lot to talk about, and I've got only like a short amount of time to do it. So that's a thing. Big ups to everybody in the chat and whatnot. Let me throw some snort bucks down for you guys real quick, and then we'll get to some of the subject matter that I have. To be honest, let's see here. Drop snort bucks for everybody, and let's jump over to I guess here. Yeah, that sure. Why not? I guess that'll work. Well, actually, no, it won't. How about? All right, that'll work. Speaking of which, I figured out why this doesn't work. By the way, there's a glitch with OBS currently where it won't let me play any of have my custom CSS for the chat. So rip Van Winkle to that. But at least for right now, anyway. There's some other workarounds and stuff. I'm experimenting with some stuff. Anyway, what's up, chat? So let's go ahead and let me not hold you guys up. You know what I'm saying? Normally I go into like some type of long spiel about bullshit, but we don't really have time for that. I'm on a bit of a time crunch. So we're going to talk in particular about 3 things briefly. King Cobra and was it Laughing and Naked or whatever that crazy chick's name is? They supposedly broke up, but I don't really think they did because Cobra's a bitch and he's easily manipulated and influenced. So we'll see about that. The next thing we're going to talk about is Lolcow Live. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with that, but Tommy C allegedly got fired last night by Keem, and he dropped, or he's going to drop, his NDA contract. He's willing to drop his pay stubs. He's willing to pretty much drop everything for information purposes and whatnot. And the situation with that, he did like a 3-hour stream. We won't be able to go through probably any of that until I can sit there and cut it up, or I'll have Diggs do it at a later time. And then we're gonna we will finish up excuse me, with this DSP situation with this PC, as you know, on the last stream, we spoke about it a little bit, and we will catch a video on that. I think if it's not Mighty D, we're going to go through Memology, and we'll see what that has to do with it. And that'll be it. That'll essentially be our lineup. So that's a thing. That is a thing. So let me do something really fast. Let's do something really, really fast. Check in with everybody in chat. Oh, what? OBS has issues? Lies. I wish it was, dude. I wish it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never had a problem with my custom chat until that situation. But womp womp, shit happens. So it is what it is. Unfortunately. Let's see here. All right, King Cobra. So as you guys, let's go ahead and just jump on that, I suppose. All right, so King Cobra is in supposedly homegirl broke up for whatever lame ass reason. Let me actually jump over here real quick and I'll see if I can pull a video up. Go to what Boglin Chronicles, I guess, would probably be the one to go to for that. Supposedly it was a communication issue, but let's be honest, Cobra's been wanting to get out that situation for a while. Rightfully so, to be honest. That chick is toxic. He's toxic. Both of them together is just not a good look. So it is what it is. Let's go to this video first. Give me just a second. Let's see if we can pull this up on screen for y'all. Hopefully. Oh, really? It'll let me bounce that through my browser too. Oh, I didn't know that. I swear to you, I didn't know. Anyway, we're gonna go through this right here. Basically, this is where Joshi decides to dump her crazy ass. Long time coming. I believe that Clint may have some type of involvement in this shit for various reasons. Like, that chick is fucking like clearly, if you're any father worth a damn, I should say. Not to say that Clint is that. You should get her up and out of that fucking spot for sure. But let's be honest, someone's still gonna fly her out anyway. She's still gonna show up to his door. We'll see. He's gonna crumble, as we all know. It is what it is. So let's go through this real quick. We're not gonna go through all of it, but let's just get to what Josh's thinking is. I'm gonna jump around a bit, and then we'll move on to the next video, and then we'll move on to the next subject. Here we go. Also, let me know if the sound's going through, and so on and so forth, so this way you guys are catching it.
YouTube, it's your boy King Cobra JFS, and I'm officially single again. The reason why I chose to break up with Jessica Boyle is because I'm sick and tired of her emotional manipulations.
All right, cool.
Josh, first of all, I do not wake up and drink. I am not an alcoholic. I do not crave it.
Because I wake up and drink doesn't mean I get blackout drunk every time I drink, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to give me shit about this, we can have this conversation.
I'm trying to pour this alcohol out, and you're calling me a bigger alcoholic than you, and that is not even...
Because I don't get fucking blackout drunk every time I drink, Jessica.
It's not...
But more often than not that you do, like, we all know this. But then she's saying, I'm trying to pour this alcohol out. Either you're doing it or you're not. How are you trying to pour alcohol out? Either you're doing it or you're not.
Every time I drink. I'm not even trying to fucking do anything, so please stop this. You literally said I'm a bigger alcoholic than you, and no, I'm not.
Oh, so I'm the bigger alcoholic? Fuck.
You brought this up, Josh. I did not. You're the one calling me a fucking alcoholic to begin. I don't ever say anything to you.
Jessica, at least I can admit it. And that's why I've been cutting down on my drinking. I made a 6-pack last 3 days. I acknowledge I'm an alcoholic and that I need to cut down on my drinking. I don't need your fucking opinion to acknowledge my opinion, you know?
Okay, good. I'm glad you don't need my...
Here's the reality, chat. They're both massive fucking alcoholics, right? They're both, both of them insinuate, well, not insinuate, but intensify, really, each other's, bad qualities. They're both just pretty terrible people with terrible fucking habits and shit. What's done is done on that. And Jessica Messica, just if you guys know, I know her from Girl World, but most of you guys might know her from covering this whole fucking mess. It really should be pointed out the amount of work that she put in, because a lot of this crazy chick's fucking live streams and shit would be gone from the internet, like lost media, if she wasn't out there re-recording all that, like re-recording it or restreaming that shit. She's not the only one, but she did like a massive amount of work. So a lot of credit should be contributed to her. And Josh talking about, I've been trying to cut back on my drinking. How many times have we heard that over just the last like 4 or 5 years? I swear he says that shit like every couple months. Like, just, it's never gonna happen. It's like DSP like not snorting unless he's in an important interview or something, or not lying, or not fucking with WWE champions. Like, you're gonna do that shit for the rest of your life, obviously. You can't stop. You don't even want it to stop. It is what it is.
My opinion.
You haven't missed much. We just started.
I'm glad you don't need it. So what, now you're gonna ignore me?
I'm not ignoring you, I'm letting you finish, because apparently if I try to interject my thoughts and have a conversation with you, you say something, I say
but
something.
if I'm not even done, I know how conversations work.
This is the manipulative crap I'm talking about.
I know how conversations work. The thing is, you're not even letting me finish.
You don't. If I try to have a conversation with you, you say something, I say something. I'm a piece of shit because I won't let you finish your thoughts.
Where do I ever call you names?
You're ignoring me.
I do not call you names. Stop making stuff up. I don't.
I'm not accusing you of calling me names.
So let me finish what I was saying really quick. Why is this such an issue? You're gonna hang up on me, okay? Because I can't finish my thought. I didn't say you were ignoring me. Will you?
Yes, you did. You just got done saying, "Why are you ignoring me? Because you won't say anything. Why?"
I did not. I just want to.
I won't let you finish your thoughts.
I'm just.
Don't say anything.
No, here's the truth. Actually, Night Mask. He should have used her as a slump buster, and then that should have been it. That's all that was. This chick was supposed to, like, help him end his drought, and that's that. And he let her impose her will on him. That's essentially what happened, to be honest. Because they're both absolutely fucking disgusting, messy, problematic, if there's actually something beyond that. Like, that's really what that was. You know what I'm saying? She wanted him for his YouTube fame, and she thought she was going to get a rub off of it until her main channel got nuked all the shit. And Josh was just using her to get off, just so he could prove something. And that was it. That's all it probably should have been, to be honest with you. You got two crazy people trying to use each other. End of story. There is no victim in this scenario. They're both two, like, massive pieces of shit trying to screw the other one over. Because one can't figure out how to get over on the other.
And I don't appreciate you. That's bullshit.
I'm trying to say something about the portion size. Now let me say it.
Fuck the portion size. Say what.
Yes, what I want to say is the portion size. Let's just say this is the. That's not mocking me, Josh. What you just did with your hands, you're not even letting me finish, though. He literally, when I was on mute, he said that I am a bigger alcoholic than him. Oh, and don't even ask why he wants to do this privately, so he can act worse than this. Trust and believe that.
And that's another thing, too. She's been setting his ass up for a minute, but the thing is she didn't think those streams where she was exposing him was going to ever get out. She just wanted to basically shit the bed amongst her own audience or viewer base or whatever. And then she could use them to weaponize against Josh later. She didn't know that there were other people restreaming her shit. Or maybe she didn't care. But I do know that she's been trying to set up Josh to be the fucking problem since day one, essentially. So there was a level of premeditation into some of this shit.
Right now she's on Twitch talking all this shit about me. And it's like, I don't appreciate it. Instead of being like, oh, I know, how about if I wait till I'm off Twitch and me and Josh could talk about this like mature adults and not drag the entire world into it? she does the exact opposite. Quite frankly, Jessica is emotionally manipulative. And on top of that, on top of being emotionally manipulative, she's easy to troll. And she is so fucking delusional, dude. Every time we'd have a fight and I try to interject my thoughts, she would get mad and say, I'm not letting her finish her thoughts. And then when I would put the microphone on mute and just let her talk, why are you ignoring me? So I'm like, which is it? Jessica claims to be all about communication.
Lee, Lee, I'm thinking the exact same shit. Like, DSP has kind of used this, like, tactic as well. In some way, shape, or form. It's kind of funny, actually. And that's what I'm saying. Like, lolcows, even if they don't have contact with each other, most of these guys watch each other. But let's say they didn't. Let's say they don't watch. They don't watch each other extensively. You still see a lot of the tactics being used, going from lolcow to lolcow, or even from community to community. It's not like this lolcow shit is a much smaller niche than I think people are willing to give credit to, or I wouldn't say be honest, but give credence to. Like, it's like every community has your people who chase clout, who are willing to dick other people over, who are all about their views, who are all about their money, whatever. All the scenarios and shit that you guys hear in the DSP the track community, it's in every other community too, to be honest, to various degrees. And amongst lolcows, lolcow behavior stretches over multiple people. It is what it is. It's like it's almost disturbing in some ways how much of a common trait or common traits that some of these people share.
So how does communication work? One would add that if I talk, you talk, I talk. It's called back and forth. It's called communication.
When will he call me back? A week later? 2 weeks later? A month later? But he gives Chatterbait all of his time and energy?
Oh, shit.
How am I? I'm not a mind reader. Hey, it's about communication. I'm not a mind reader. I thought you were all about communication. How am I supposed to know that you're doing a cameo when you're not telling me? I'm blowing up your phone, but you get mad at me, and I'm not supposed to be a mind reader. So, when does the communication set in? When does the communication set in? That's what I want to know.
I'm done. I'm physically done. She's on Twitch right now spreading lies about me and trying to derail my fame because she knows I'm right.
Derail my fame.
I would love for all of this to be recorded. I'll show you the proof when he put his hands on me twice.
Oh.
When he put his hands on me twice.
And it's like, Jessica, you want to know why I broke up with you? Because you did it to yourself, love.
Oh.
You did it to yourself.
I was depending on his word. Oh, he'll call me back when he's done. Because it's always about it's always about something else. It's always some fucking excuse. Always. And you know, he lied to me yesterday. I wasn't going to call him out. I'm like, okay. He lied to me yesterday, too. You see how it rang and rang and rang? This is him denying my phone calls. Okay? He doesn't want to admit it, but apparently he's watching me. He knows my every move. But he's denying my phone calls. But you saw that it rang and rang and rang earlier, right?
Oh, man. All right, hold on. Let's bring that back. Oh, let's bring that back. Oh, shit. The way she stroked the fucking screen, too, that's creepy as hell. Oh, my gosh. Right here.
Hands on me twice. When he put his hands on me twice.
And it's like, Jessica, you want to know why I broke up with you? Because you did it to yourself, love. You did it to yourself.
I was depending on his word. Oh, he'll call me back when he's done. Because it's always about it's always about something else. It's always some fucking excuse. Always. And you know,
and here's the crazy part. Imagine, because someone just brought that up. Like, this is Cobra beating the trolls, right? How the fuck are you gonna imagine you being so down bad that you have to stick your dick in the crazy, right? to prove that you're not the loser people tell you. Now you have even more problems. Now you've got this psychopath who will literally shit on you all over the internet. And other people would be willing to pay her, or at least buy her tickets, to go out there to harass you. So, excuse me, what was supposed to be one of your biggest triumphs has now become a deficit, a massive deficit, and even more of a harassment for you. Just to prove a point. This is the dumb shit that you see with like Chantel or Foodie Beauty, right? She wanted to sit out there and fly all the way out to the fucking Middle East and shit, so she could prove that a man would claim her or whatever. That dude looks like he aged 5 years in the last 18 months or whatever it's been. You're as big as a goddamn house where you're climbing on the fucking chairs and trying to bounce and you can't do it, like, because your knees can't support the weight. Amber is on some bullshit where now she has like some serial like some type of serial feeder who she ain't fucked around with and still fucking around with. I told you guys that already. And now her quote unquote best friend ain't sat there and dropped her and is about to drop the T on that. That shit is lame, dude. All this to prove to the internet that you're something that you're not. Constantly. And that's over what? 3 different locales? In 2 different sectors? Jesus Christ. And then DSP, which we'll tap on that in a minute, or soon, he's clearly bought that PC, right? And he gave himself away in a couple of different ways, and I'll explain. But on top of that, you're doing this because Street Fighter 6 has become the new addiction. That's literally what it's come down to. Street Fighter 6 is damn near up there with WWE Champions, which is funny because I had said a long time ago, years ago, that DSP giving up on Street Fighter 5 was the worst mistake he ever made. And he can't afford to do that Street Fighter 6. He's proving my point now. But it gets even better than that because he has there's so much real estate in the FGC, especially within the Street Fighter 6 community, that he's trying to get himself into. But he has to prove that he's worthy of it, right? He has to prove that he's as good as these other people. And so the natural progression from Xbox to PlayStation to PC only made sense. And on top of that, this whole nonsense about, a fan of mine, a longtime fan of mine bought me this PC. That's bullshit. First things first, why did he lie that it's a fan that did it? 2 reasons. There's probably 3, but 2 at the moment. 1, he doesn't want to admit to himself that he failed to convince other people to buy it for him, right? And on top of that, I guess you could say this is theoretically number 2. He's desperate to prove his worth to the FGC. But number 3 is that if he admits that he bought the PC himself, then it's going to almost be, he has to essentially admit to the audience at large that no one was willing to support him to make better content or for him to be able to compete at the highest level possible at Street Fighter 6. Let's reword that. The reason why he won't admit that he purchased it and says that someone else did is because he needs to put out the facade that there are still people willing to invest in him and invest in the quote-unquote product that he produces. If he comes out and admits it himself, it's going to be like, well, why couldn't you pay for this? Why couldn't you pay for that? Why couldn't you pay for this? Why couldn't you pay for that? By having that buffer that someone else did it, it shows that he has an active community that not only cares about him, but cares about the content and believes in it enough to support him for these big purchases. The problem is, chat, is if you go with that, then he has to explain why can't people support him in the short term on the day-to-day streams. Like, he has to explain that. And then, I don't even want to, at least not at the moment, but someone remind me. And then there's still the angle where he used Cat's PC as not only as leverage, but essentially he held it as hostage to convince people to actually buy him a new one. You know what I'm saying? And I thought we had spoken about that a little bit on the last stream, but I think that's really what it came down to. He used Cat's PC as leverage because it seems weird that you have to commandeer your wife, quote unquote, your wife's PC, right? It seems weird that you have to do that just to keep moving forward. That seems really, really lame. And then on top of that, he kept putting the emphasis on, it's from like 2017, it's from 2017, it's from 2017. But it's a better rig than what I have, so I should be able to still play Street Fighter. But there's a problem, chat. He has consistently kept harping on about resolution, about better quality, so on and so forth. He literally needs to put himself in a position where he has no excuses, even though he'll just make up new ones no matter what. Pat's PC would have been nothing more than a crutch to him. He needed a brand new PC. And the fact that, damn it, I'm starting to give shit away. Well, fuck it. The fact, one of the another major giveaway was the fact that he said whoever this person was going to buy the PC from Newegg. And then all of a sudden they changed their mind and decided to get it from Amazon. When he said that, he gave himself up. Because if he ordered the thing from Newegg, I've ordered all kinds of shit from Newegg, to be honest with you. But I've ordered electronics from Newegg. I bought a pre-built from Newegg. They'll send that bitch to you, right to your fucking house. You know what I'm saying? Either UPS, FedEx, whatever. The thing is, you have to sign for it because obviously they want to make sure that the right person's getting it. Amazon, for a big purchase like that, I would assume they'll do the same thing. But maybe if he gives them instructions, they'll leave it on his door, whatever. And then he's paranoid over the shit with Review Tech USA. Getting a previous build PC, right, or a hand-me-down PC, and there might be a bunch of shit in it that may come back to haunt him later. So I kind of gave away some of my narrative, but there's a reason why he bought that PC. But here, let's continue with this shit.
He lied to me yesterday. I wasn't going to call him out. I'm like, okay. He lied to me yesterday, too. You see how it rang and rang and rang? This is him denying my phone calls. Okay? He doesn't want to admit it, but apparently he's watching me. He knows my every move. But he's denying my phone calls. But you saw that it rang and rang.
That's so creepy how she fucking... Did you see that, though? Like, let me show this one more time. How she kind of, like, caressed the screen. Like, what kind of fucking psychopath shit is that?
Okay. He doesn't want to admit it, but apparently he's watching me. He knows my every move.
That right there.
But
That's
he's denying
creepy,
my
dude.
phone calls. But you saw that it rang and rang and rang earlier, right? Part of stop trying to fucking call me when I'm busy. It's so goddamn hard to understand for you. Look, you see how earlier when I tried calling him, it would ring and ring. You see now that he is literally hanging up on me. He's literally, every time this happens and it doesn't ring, he's hanging up on me. He is hanging up on me. His secrets or what? What is he going to do? Is he going to strangle me more?
Oh, shit.
Is he going to try to choke me out more? Because he put his hands on me twice? Let's talk about that.
Let's
talk about that. You want to put some shit on me when he put his hands around my neck twice?
Ooh.
On his birthday, nonetheless, his birthday. It doesn't fucking matter if he was wasted or not. He put his hands on me when I told him no. No means no. If you can't give me the conversation I want, no means no.
Wait. Oh, that loud crackling and everything, that's her. That's all on her end. That's not me. That's not me. Oh. Okay. Okay, she's saying that, he put his hand around my neck. I don't care if he was drunk. Are you trying to imply that there was something else beyond that? She's saying no means no and whatnot. He did, he put his hands on me, this, that, the third. Are you implying that he may have actually assaulted you too? Like, he may have actually sexually assaulted you? Like, pick up what I'm trying to put down.
Neck twice? On his birthday, nonetheless, his birthday. It doesn't fucking matter if he was wasted or not. He put his hands on me when I told him no. No means no. If you can't give me the conversation I want, no means no. You don't get to give me the conversation. You don't get to fucking touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. On his birthday. Oh, none of y'all saw the fucking, the pictures I put on Instagram of my neck in his bathroom, and y'all were wondering about the bruises on me when I would live stream? Where did those bruises come from?
I blocked your mom's number. I blocked her number.
Now, here's the thing. I remember this retarded monkey being passed the fuck out, like, the majority of the time on his birthday, if I remember correctly. That's in, a Boglum Chronicles video, I'm pretty confident. So when did this shit happen? But someone in the chat just said that she actually did it to herself, which I think that was Dave. Which I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. And then, why did you call the cops on him? Like, let's continue.
I blocked her Messenger. I blocked her from Facebook. I've unfriended her and changed my status to single. And it's like, Jessica, honey, no guy's gonna want you because no guy's gonna put up with your crazy bullshit. And isn't it funny that when I bought Jessica that fire opal ring, she was all crying like, oh my God. I'm like, Jessica, what's the matter? And she goes, oh, these are happy tears. You're the first other half to buy me jewelry. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the first boyfriend that Jessica's had that's bought her jewelry just because. That's what guys are supposed to do. And I'm like, you know what? I've been very patient with Jessica, and when she accused me of shit that I wasn't doing, and then gets me kicked out of my apartment, and then spreads lies about me on her Twitch right now, I'm like, that's strike 3. Good luck with what you're doing in life, Jessica, because I'm done.
I still can't figure out why he stares into his cup like that. But I still can't figure out how she flooded this idiot's laundry room. I don't understand that. Like, there's 4 washing machines in there. You're telling me that you ran 2 machines at once and somehow dirty water came up out of the fucking drain? The fuck? Like, I still can't understand how she did that. That doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't make any sense that a laundry room like that couldn't have 4 machines running simultaneously and it would cause that type of problem. It just seems weird, man. I don't know. It seems weird. And there might actually be more than 4 machines in there, but I'm pretty confident there was only 4 washers in there. But whatever. Semantics.
It's not that I wanted to shut the fuck up. I wanted conversation with him. I wanted to know why he did what he did to me. When we fucked for 2 to 3 hours, literally, and then I left to do his laundry for 5 minutes and he was on Chatterbait. Do you think any of these Chatterbait women would fly out to...
Wow. So supposedly you guys were fucking for 2 or 3 hours, and then the moment you bounce, he goes to Chatterbait? That says something, honey.
It's not that I wanted to shut the fuck up. I wanted conversation with him. I wanted to know why he did what he did to me. When we fucked for 2 to 3 hours, literally, and then I left to do his laundry for 5 minutes and he was on Chatterbait. Do you think any of these Chatterbait women would fly out to fucking see him? Let alone fuck him? Nah. Nah. Nah.
Oh.
Nah.
Nah.
Go ahead and cancel the flight to Casper because I'm done. You're emotionally manipulative. You love to play the victim. And you'll spread lies about people when you don't get your way. That's just how it is.
No, so the first time I did his laundry, where I had the laundry stream, where I also had the fake laundry, like, noise complaint, where there was no noise complaint, but these people are stupid, dumb, deaf, and blind. So the first time, I didn't ask Josh if I could do his laundry. I just took the bed sheets off his bed. I took the pillow sheet. I took everything that I could wash. And I came back because I think I had to get more stuff. And he was in my face screaming. He didn't know where his bed sheets were. He didn't know where his girlfriend was. He was literally in my face, nose to nose, screaming the fuck at me at the top of his lungs.
Jesus.
A lot of people who support me and care about me were warning me about her, saying, Josh, she's bad news. Ditch her, man. You could do so much better. And I would defend Jessica because I know she's got mental problems.
Now, here's the thing. Interestingly enough, doesn't this right here sound familiar with DSP and side scrollers? So many people told him, "Hey, man, I don't know if you should be doing this interview." Nah, it's okay, man. Nah, I got this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cool, man. And then look at how shit went left with that. Same concept, bro. Same concept. Because whatever little thing that they have in hand or in hoof or whatever you want to call it, or in paw, they want to hold on to it no matter what. Even though it might have made sense. Like the side-scroller shit, to be honest, it really comes down to the fact that DSP didn't go in there honest. Like, he wasn't trying to be a legitimate person. He planned to try to fuck those guys over. I don't know why he thought he was going to get away with it, but semantics. That's why he's raving and ranting about that shit today. But this idiot right here, there was no other chick coming out there looking to fucking give it up to him. So he took what he had. Even though, if you go back to some of those earlier videos when with him and her in it, you could tell he was having instant regret. And clearly, if they were really going at it for 2 or 3 hours, then she goes to do laundry and he's right back on Chaturbate. That tells you, essentially what he thought of her in that scenario. So, I mean, yikes. Yikes!
And people are mean to her, and that's how you feel bad for her, And I'm like, no, I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. And then she's on Twitch right now, and then when I try telling her, hey, Jessica, I will call you back later when I'm done doing my cameo shoutouts. Could you please quit blowing up my phone? Well, how am I supposed to know? I don't expect...
Mr. No Views, yeah, I can get on board with that. I can actually get on board with that. Liquid female DSP equals Jessica. I can get on board with that.
I expect you to know that's why I'm communicating with you, which is what you claim to be about. Well, okay then, and what does she do? Continues to blow up my phone. So I'm like, nope, I'm done. I don't need Jessica's emotionally manipulative poor me bullshit.
And also, no means no. If you can't give me a reason why we fucked for 2 to 3 hours and then I leave to do your laundry for 5 minutes and you're on Chaturbate, do you think that Chaturbate woman would come to visit you no matter how much money was? No, she ain't gonna come visit you. She ain't gonna COME come visit you or CUM come visit you on any given spectrum. And you disrespected me. You're that fucking addicted. A real girlfriend ain't good enough for you. Fuck you, you're so demented in your goddamn deep fucking disease, bitch. Fuck you. I see why the trolls do. I don't agree with it, but I see why they do what they're still disgusting.
And now that Jessica's mad about me, she's gonna do or say anything she can to try to derail me or fucking make me look bad because she knows she's wrong. And I'm not going to put up with her emotionally manipulative bullshit and her lies.
Later, No Views. Thanks for coming by, man. And whatnot. Dragon, you haven't missed much. We're I mean, we're kind of just going over the craziness, which is Cobra and his recent breakup.
I don't need that crap. Believe me, I didn't want to break up with her, but I'm like, how much more bullshit am I supposed to fucking take, dude? Jessica is fucking crazy, and she's emotionally manipulative. And I don't need that crap in my life. I'm just saying. And then here's how a conversation with me and Jessica would go. Like, let's say we're having a little disagreement. She would say things like, let me finish. You're talking over me. And it's like, Jessica, it's not that I'm not letting you finish. It's called having a conversation. I say something, you say something. That's how conversations work. It's back and forth. It takes two people to communicate. You can't have a conversation when it's all one-sided.
I don't give a fuck if I had the money come fly. You didn't have the money come fly me out either, so you don't get to speak on me. You can't even speak on yourself because other people paid for me to fucking come visit you. Damn. And you can't even give me the decency. I am doing your laundry, and you have to, after you literally fucked me for 2 to 3 hours, you're still not done. I walk in on you on Chaturbate. Fuck you.
Wow.
All I'm going to say is fucking ignore all the crazy bullshit she says about me. She has no one to blame but herself. And if Jessica's going, why did Josh break up with me? It's because you did it to yourself, Jessica. Your emotional, psychotic, manipulative bullshit. You did it to yourself. And I try to support her. And Jessica is a bigger alcoholic than I am because I don't get blackout drunk.
This is this rage monkey. This shit, he is super lit the fuck up. He is super angry. Wow. All right, let's let the monkey continue ranting.
Every time I fucking drink. So you want to talk some real shit? You want to talk some real shit, Jessica? Most people in their fucking 40s are not living at home with mommy and daddy jobless. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, you're not that far off, though. You're jobless. And what are you, in your early 30s? You haven't had a job since what, your mid-late 20s? Like, what the fuck? Even though I will say, I mean, even though that troll got him fired from Wendy's, sooner than later Josh was going to get fired no matter what. But that's a whole other situation for a whole nother day. But still, yikes.
I actually will commend Jessica's parents for being saints, for putting up with her bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, Sharp, that's a fair point. Rich. You know, how old is... I mean, I don't know if Rich has a job now, though. I know he was going to need to get one eventually. I don't know if he still has it. Or if he actually went out to get one.
And it's like, instead of being like, okay, maybe I should stop being so overly emotional and overthinking shit, and maybe I should cool off on Josh if I want to keep him as, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, okay, maybe I should stop giving this guy shit if I want to keep this.
Keep him as what? Like, I'm really curious on where you were trying to go with that. Like, keep him as what, Josh?
And it's like, instead of being like, okay, maybe I should stop being so overly emotional and overthinking shit, and maybe I should cool off on Josh if I want to keep him as, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, okay, maybe I should stop giving this guy shit if I want to keep this guy right here. You know, it's like, hey, Jessica, if you want to keep me as your boyfriend, one would think, hey, you know what? I'm not going to drag our drama out on Twitch for the entire fucking goddamn world to see. But she doesn't make that connection because Jessica's mentally insane and she has a fucking mental disconnect.
You lucky you fucking had me, bitch.
Ooh.
Oh, I finally get a girlfriend and she's a self-deprecate. Oh, you don't self-deprecate?
The self-deprecating got really annoying too. Oh, like the other day when Jessica said, sorry to bother you. And then I try to reassure her that, Jessica, you're not bothering me. Stop. I'll call you back when I can. And that turns into a fucking fight. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this crap. I am not fucking doing this crap. And because I stand up for trans rights, she's going to make fun of me for that too because she's mad. Sounds like Jessica's transphobic and she needs to get canceled.
That's funny because Tyler 1 got caught up on some bullshit similar to that recently too. I can't remember if that was his ex-girlfriend or some chick he was cool with, but she called him out on Twitter for that and he had to respond to it and what the fuck? Like, that's the new gotcha? Oh, you're transphobic. Jesus Christ.
I'm like, nope, I don't need this crap in my life. Like, I was very patient with Jessica. I put up with her emotional and physical abuse for too long. Too long, dude. She gets me kicked out of my fucking apartment. That should have been my sign right there to be like, I don't need this bitch in my life. Get the fuck out of here. And let me ask you this. If me and Jessica were fighting nonstop and it caused her parents to kick her out of their house, Jessica would break up with me because she wouldn't put up with it. So I'm like, I put up with it because, you know, I try to be a good guy and I try to be patient and understand that Jessica's got mental problems and people have been mean to her. But it's like, that's how she lures you in, dude.
You can see how mentally exhausted he is. Like, you can tell, like, he's breaking down. Like, he's been fed up for a while, and I don't know if he was, yet again, trying to own the trolls, and he's only made shit worse on himself. That's amazing. Typical lolcow behavior.
That's how she manipulates you, by getting you to feel sorry for her. And I'm like, I'm done. I am done, dude.
Well, Josh, I hope you get the girlfriend of your dreams since 4th grade. Let's see how you treat the girl that you actually want. I'll bet you treat her worse than me. You're a disgusting piece of shit.
Like, there's only so much you can put up with, dude. And I'm not going to sit here and put up with emotional and physical manipulation just because you have a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, what am I doing? Maybe I shouldn't publicly put me and Josh's fights on social media to gain clout and try to make people feel sorry for me and make Josh look like an asshole. Maybe I should get off of Twitch and have an adult conversation with Josh like a mature adult. Instead, she does the exact opposite. And I'm like, nope, I don't need this bullshit in my life. I do not need it. And it's like, Jessica, good luck with whatever you're doing in life, but you did it to yourself. And I tried to be as patient as I could be with Jessica, but I can only put up with so much before I'm like, you know what? I don't need this mental and physical abuse in my life. I'm done. I will find a chick 4,000 times harder who's way better for me, and I don't care how long it takes. I've gone 6 years without it, so it's like I got the patience of a fucking saint. And of course, now that fucking Jessica's mad at me, she's going to say more things about me that are lies and misinformation because she wants people to feel sorry for her and hate my guts. And I'm like, Jessica, this is not how you maintain a healthy relationship. If you got a problem with me, then fucking talk to me. And then when you try to talk to me and I'm like, I'm busy, can I call you back? And you won't even give me a chance to call you back. You insistively blow up my phone because it's all about you and what you want. It's not about the relationship. And that kind of mentality is seriously unhealthy, dude. Also, I have a shit ton more fans than Jessica has. So you don't want to fuck with me.
All that cope. All that massive fucking cope. Let's be honest, Jessica just needs to drop everything. Just drop all that shit on him. Like, fuck it, just get it all out there.
And Jessica's probably going to talk a lot of shit when she sees this video, and quite frankly, I don't care. Talk all the shit you want. You did it to yourself, Jessica. You did it to yourself. And I guarantee you, no guy's going to want to put up with her crazy bullshit. None. And it's like if Jessica Boyle had any respect for me, she would put her... And she's done it before. She has put the stream on mute. But there were times when it's like... She wouldn't put the stream on mute, and she would just stream our conversation because we were fighting. And I'm like, that's bullshit. You're trying to sit there and do that so you can have proof in your eyes that somehow I'm the piece of fuck you. And Messy Jessie rules Jessica Boyle's fucking sad life. It's fucking sad to watch. And I tried toughening Jessica up. I tried telling her, Jessica, honey, ignore the trolls. Ignore the trolls.
That's fucking hilarious given how the trolls own you on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? This nut job is only a thing because you were so desperate to own the trolls. Were you ignoring them then? No, you weren't. Jesus Christ.
Ignore the trolls. And she would not listen. She'd sit there and say, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Like she knows everything. And it's so annoying instead of going, interesting. That's a great way to look at it. I never thought about it like that before. Instead of saying that, she has to act like she's all-knowing and everyone else is beneath her and she's a victim and blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. I don't need this emotional bullshit in my life. And all the trolls texting me about it, you couldn't handle her crazy shit either. So, fuck yourself. Jessica Boyle has no concept of how reality fucking works. And it's like, instead of being like, okay, me and Josh are fighting, maybe I should let it go and continue to focus on my Twitch and what I'm doing, and then call him back later when I'm not on Twitch. And that's just it. I think Jessica needed me more than I needed her, and she fucking lost it. She's the one that destroyed the relationship. It's all her fault. No guy will ever love her the way I tried. And that's a fucking fact, because most guys aren't going to put up with it. And we shouldn't have to. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm physically fucking done. I don't need this shit in my life.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's such a trash fire. Such a fucking trash fire. Jesus. All right, let's hit the thumbs up on that, and then let's see. Is this the victory lap? Yes, it is. All right, so this is him taking his victory lap. Let's tap into the chat for a minute. Let's see what you guys think of this nonsense. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Like, it didn't have to be this way. It really didn't. It really didn't. This was not necessary, I don't think. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is, I suppose. Alright, alright, let's see here. Who's gonna start the ball off for us? See here. See here. See here. See here. See here. Fucking A. Saying a lot. Actually, Lee McDaniel, you can start the ball off for us. So let's do that. Actually, let's that out. Okay, here we go.
Lee McDonald says.
McDonald, sorry.
What rabbit hole did we fell into? Ramza675 says. I have a feeling Cobra might regret this in the future.
If he doesn't already.
Theek says. I don't get blackout drunk, since when?
Good question.
Razor Sharp says. Tell that to Rich, Cobes. Lee McDonald says. Tyrion Lannister, I'll be the judge of which one of you are the biggest alcoholic. Ramza675 says. She seemed okay for him. He just had to invest some effort.
They'd end up just killing each other, to be honest with you. One's going to get up in the middle of the night and choke the other one out or stab him. It was going to end badly, I think.
Filthy Gaijin says. Morning all.
Good morning, and welcome.
Lee McDonald says. Signs, everywhere's a sign.
Indeed.
Ramza675 says. Devil came to collect, I guess. That Marley girl says. She filmed their whole relationship, LOL.
She really did.
James the Lesser Express Lane says.
Hello, James.
Sure he will. That Marley girl says. Fans. Donut Sensei says. D00D. Lee McDonald says. Cobra doing his best, Phil, I'm coming after you, rage. Jax Sleekson says. BC, she tries to ensnare people. Guarantee she's done it to other men.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wooden Ox says. Big ups Jessica Messica.
I mean, if I remember correctly, she was trying to take like prenatal pills or some silly shit and whatnot, so clearly she was trying to line Josh up for something.
Donut Sensei says. Ignore the trolls, Hunating. Lee McDonald says. Lol, cows own the trolls cliche. Theek Nightmask says. Hey pot, meat kettle.
Indeed.
Jax Sleekson says. It's like Cobra dating Cobra.
It really is.
Hate Army says.
Oh, Hate Army.
Bro put her last name out there.
I mean, it's been there, but yeah, he certainly did. He had no problems with doing that shit.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. This is Phil when cat snaps.
Possibly.
Ramza675 says. Coach Red Pill.
R.I.P. to Coach Red Pill.
Auramaster DX says. Oh, that would be doubly hilarious.
What?
Ramza675 says. Get him on Jerry Springer rip. Jax Sleekson says. And she's still in denial and refuses to watch the video.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
James the Lesser Express Lane says. They were made for each other.
Unfortunately.
Razor Sharp says. A lot of what he says about her applies to himself.
As it usually does.
Lee McDonald says. Relationship from Tartarus. Jax Sleekson says. I'm just waiting for her to finally admit they broke up. Filthy Gaijin says. Why did Pigroach buy a new PC when he has a broken toilet and dishwasher?
Because he can that can be out of sight, out of mind. He wants the... DSP is like any other, and in a lot of ways like a child, really, who wants what they want right then and there. He can ignore the broken dishwasher, just make Cat wash more dishes. He can ignore the toilet. They have another one upstairs that's slightly functional. He's so invested in how people perceive him on the internet that takes priority over anything and everything, to be honest with you. Their laundry, to be honest with you, their washer, dryer, or both could be broken and he wouldn't care. He'd probably wear the same thing like every other day or whatnot just to throw the trolls off, but he doesn't mind sitting in his own filth. And that's just what he is.
Lee McDonald says, at least the AI voice is better than my real life nails on the chalkboard. Iron Torch 20 says, this is why I'm single. Much easier than being with the wrong person.
Indeed.
Hate Army says, yeah, the crazy was there regardless. Putting in extra effort would have just delayed the explosion and made it worse in the end.
Indeed. Redrake
says, GTG is gonna try and get in contact with Jessica and secretly clap, I bet. Wooden Ox says,
oh, shit.
To be fair, as I've learned from my wife, prenatal vitamins are the best vitamins an adult woman can take even if not trying to get pregnant.
Then that's a good point.
RAF says, she is the living embodiment of borderline personality disorder. Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, I'm calling it. Lee McDonald says, Crow T. Robot, we hope you've enjoyed No Moral Theater, ladies and gentlemen. Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, remember GTG Cat Snap before James the Lesser, you covered this.
Actually, James did cover that, I believe.
Lee McDonald says, hashtag DS Priorites. Serpent Thunder says,
what's up, Serpent Hunter?
Papper Plate Stooge.
Yeah, bro.
J Wusso 989 says, I'm sure these two crazy kids can fix their own relationship over a game of Monopoly.
That's pretty funny.
That Marley girl says, paper cups. Ramza 675 says,
shit.
This reminds me when only Yosemblade had chicks, but they were like alcoholic train wrecks that would crap themselves.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good example.
Thuarier 313 says, she's the Anissa to his Ian.
Oh, that hurt. All right, chat. We're going to go into our second video and whatnot. Big ups to everybody inside the chat and whatnot. Get us in there. Let's go ahead and, all right, let's go ahead and get into this one here. So let me bring you guys in. Oh, shit. Okay. This is this like $56 Pizza Hut order he had. We may not watch all of it, but I want you to see, I just want to see the ridiculous of it. And what Jessica was kissing, what she was interacting with. Goddamn, his mouth has gotten worse than last time I really was paying attention to Cobra. Here we go. Good guy.
And weekend, let's get a drink combo going. We got some Pinnacle whipped cream vodka. There's some Fanta orange soda, now better tasting, as they say. This flavor with some creamsicle-like effect, we're about to find out.
Jesus.
Yeah, that is straight bussin', son. That tastes like a creamsicle. It's Friday, and the trolls can kiss my Asperger's. Oh, it smells good. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I let this pizza cool off hellahard.com. Just so like a little bit of moist warmth at the bottom of the.
Now I understand that like people who are autistic, like when they're eating, they have certain sensations depending on the temperature of the food and depending on what the food is and so on and so forth. I get that. I understand that. But like, what's the point of ordering a pizza, dude, if you're just gonna fucking let it sit out for like an hour? Like, you're kind of killing the idea that comes from that. Like, if that's the case, just fucking DoorDash, like, frozen pizza or whatever, and then do it that way. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a waste of goddamn money. But you'll see what I mean in a minute.
Box, because of all the toppings, I let it cool off. Now, what did I get from,
My bad with that.
from Pizza Hut? They have the Tavern Ultimate Pizza with everything on it, of course. Sweet marinara sauce, extra cheese, caramelized onions, fire roasted peppers, grape tomatoes, Italian sausage, pepperoni, applewood smoked bacon, basil,
Jesus.
pesto drizzle, beef.
Hold on. I gotta go back. Oh my god, if you guys could see his grill. That shit is rough.
Everything on it, of course.
That shit is rough.
Sweet marinara sauce, extra cheese, caramelized onions, fire roasted peppers, grape tomatoes, Italian sausage, pepperoni, applewood smoked bacon.
That. Look at that. I feel like it's worse than it was a few months ago, which, I mean, obviously progressively it's getting worse. But look at that shit. God damn, son. And it looks like more than one tooth has been broken at this point. Like, that's... Jesus Christ. That's rough, man. You know what I'm saying? And people in Foodie Beauty's community talk about how jacked up her teeth are, or are starting to get, too. Boy, this is what she has to look forward to at the end of the rainbow, if she makes it long enough.
Basil, pesto drizzle, beef, garlic.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god, bro. Something you see in a fucking horror movie and shit.
Grilled chicken, seasoned pork, and slow roasted ham.
And why would you get that knowing damn well they're not going to be able to fit all of it on that pizza, dude? And you'll see what I mean in a minute.
And because it's got extra cheese on it, when you get a pizza with like a lot of toppings, you know, you try to pick up a slice and then the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a buzzkill. It's kind of a buzzkill, YouTube, when you pick up your pizza and all the topping just slides off the slices. You know what I'm saying? It's like, eh.
I mean, that's kind of what happens when you try to put 20 fucking toppings on one fucking pizza, dude.
So here's a trick to that. Let your pizza cool off before you dig into it. I got this pizza. It was piping hot.
Oh.
And we do our pizza trick, and it cools off. Like, the bottom of it's still, like, lukewarm. So this is definitely ready to eat. Oh, my God. Take a look at this gorgeous-looking tavern pizza.
And the thing is, though, over there in Casper, they must be making a killing off this dude because you know, all of those extra toppings that he ordered and paid for, they couldn't put it on there. And you know, the manager there is probably like, fuck him. It is what it is. He probably can't tell the difference anyway. And they just keep it pushing. So he's literally paying for nothing. He could have gotten 2 pizzas out of this, maybe even 3. But you'll see what the price is in a minute.
New from Pizza Hut. So we're going to grab a shot of adult juice. We got some Pinnacle Whipped. And then we're going to grab a slice of this pizza. Now, Pizza Hut seems to have cut it into squares. This is a medium pizza. And it's also Friday, so cheers to the weekend. We got some Pinnacle Whipped cream flavored vodka. This is for 21 and up. And underage drinking ain't cool, so wait till you're old enough to consume adult beverages. It's worth the wait. Don't be in a rush to grow up. Enjoy it while it lasts.
There's a level of regret in his voice when he said that. I'm gonna be a dick. I need to bring that back.
Flavored vodka. This is for 21 and up. And underage drinking ain't cool, so wait till you're old enough to consume adult beverages. It's worth the wait. Don't be in a rush to grow up. Enjoy.
That's the face of someone who, even with his limited mental range, realizes, you know what, I fucked my 20s up on some dumb shit. And he's gonna fuck his 30s up, and if he makes it to 40, he's gonna fuck that up too. That's telling. That's very, very telling.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Cheers. Coming like these little square slices.
Now think about all those toppings this idiot paid for. Do you see even a minute amount of it on there? He essentially paid 3 times the amount for a glorified meat pizza, basically. Like meat lovers, I guess, because it is pizza. That's what this idiot did. And he flexing on it. Crazy, son. Just absolutely goddamn crazy.
Look at these toppings coming off. Grab you a slice.
And yet again, this goes back to the glorification and the justification of like a dark side film. He doesn't care how stupid he looks. He does, but he don't. As long as he gets what he wants. As long as he hits his end game. You see that with Rich. You see that with Wings of Redemption. You see that with all of these fucking idiots. Fucking wild, bruh. It's wild.
It's cooled off enough where I'm not burning the shit out of my mouth. And I can pick up a piece and toppings aren't just bleh, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is, YouTube. It's the weekend. And I'm rocking those weekend vibes. There's some of that delicious pizza.
Jesus.
This little medium pizza that I ordered from DoorDash. It's a pricey little boo thing, but oh, is it good.
Oh shit. Here, I need to tap in this. I need you guys to see this silly shit. Okay. $45 for all that bullshit. No delivery fee because, you know, Josh don't believe in tipping. Then damn near $10 in fees and estimated tax. Hey, $54 for a medium pizza with damn near nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a glorified meat lover's pizza and he damn near paid double the price. He could have gotten 2 pizzas for that. Could have probably gotten 3. That's wild. That's wild. And then we're almost at the $60 mark. Couldn't have thrown in, well, I mean, he would have had to throw in at least 15 or, well, at least 11. I was going to say he could have at least thrown $5 in that bitch. Well, no, I guess it says right here he could have done other amount. He could have rounded that shit up to 60, dude. Dude, could have rounded that shit up to 60. I don't know. Whatever. Fucking ridiculous.
My only complaint about Pizza Hut is that they're too damn expensive. But, that's one tasty looking medium pizza, YouTube.
He did all that for a fucking medium. All for a goddamn whatever.
So this tavern pizza, ultimate tavern pizza, custom made, extra ingredients, extra dankness. Oh, it's getting the approval of the King Cobra himself. If I hold up the box, you can see the grease from where I picked that slice right there.
And see, you could see why. I know I can. I can see why people can be frustrated by this bullshit. Because, like, people like him, and DSP in particular, like, they live in the most backwards fucking way possible. And they're okay with it. But then they're quick to bitch about how their lives are, or how things are going for them too. Like, the problem's pretty easy to identify. I wouldn't say it's easier to fix because you actually have to do something. But they don't want to do anything. They just want to live the way they want to live, and then they're mad at the consequences. Whether the consequences they have to deal with in private or them being ridiculed and mocked online. Like, yeah, Josh can spend his money doing whatever the fuck he want to do. But at the same time, I have the right, like anybody else, to say that he's a fucking idiot and whatnot, and he really got nothing. He got finessed. He got played. Don't get mad. You still lived the way you wanted. You still ate the way you wanted. You still enjoyed, you want to call this enjoying food. You enjoyed it the way you wanted to enjoy it. You can't get mad because you put that shit online and then people had an opinion of it. That seems kind of stupid. You know what I mean? And then this massive cope about my fans and success and all. Is this what it's like to be successful? Like, society has failed. Society has failed if this is what success is. Yes, he can live in his own squalor. He can live the way he wants to live. He can wear the same clothes. He can go weeks without bathing, whatever the case may be. If this is how he perceives success, then fine, so be it. But don't be mad that you can't integrate yourself with other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like how DSP is. He's so quick to bash everybody. But then he wants to be able to be with everybody too. He wants to be able to mingle amongst other people. You can't set yourself apart from people and then want to integrate with people too. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. It never did. That's why like this whole shit with Kino Casino just seems like some weirdo shit on Phil's part. You said that you're a one-man army. You're on an island of your own. You won't go out of your way to reach out to John and Howard and try to work shit out with them. And you've known them far longer. But you'll go to Kino Casino, make an account on Kick, and spend your late nights interacting with them? And that shit don't seem weird? Like,
Right there in the center there. Let's cover another bite.
Jesus Christ.
Look, there's so much meat and like shit.
It's like watching a caveman. It's like putting a caveman into filthy clothes and putting like food that they've clearly never seen or interacted with before in front of them and being like, have at it, and we're just going to record you and see how it works. It's bizarre. Like, you know, it's absolutely fucking bizarre.
Cheese and it's all just dripping onto the pizza. Yeah. This is good pizza, Pizza Hut. I mean, shit, I paid an assload of cash for it, but it was worth every penny. And bringing it to my fans to check out, of course. Oh, a piece of chicken came flying off. Get over here.
Jesus. Eating it like an apple. I will say, though, that Cobra does try to make the best of whatever he orders or whatever he makes, even if you don't like it, whereas DSP just bitches about everything. But that's just part of Phil's psychopathy at this point. Everything needs to be complained about. Everything needs to be bitched. Everything needs to be torn down because it's the only way he can cope with people doing it to him on a daily basis. So in a lot of ways, chat, you have had an effect on Phil that he can't break. Like, he has developed a psychosis that he'll never be able to get out of. Because he wasn't man enough, he wasn't strong enough, he wasn't mentally capable enough of handling criticism. There's something to think about. Don't feel bad. I don't. But I find it interesting, though.
Yeah, I'm glad I let it cool off because sometimes when pizza gets too hot and it's fresh out of the oven, you gotta let it cool off because you go to pick it up, your toppings slide off, you end up spilling all your toppings onto the pizza itself or whatever, making a mess of things. Nah. This pizza's definitely cooled off to room temperature, but I don't care. I ain't letting this go to waste. I'll be eating this for breakfast and lunch, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I sacrificed cheese pull and letting it cool off so I could pick it up and eat it without it just falling apart in my hands. Worth it. 1 second, YouTube. I gotta wipe my hands off on some napkin action. Oh yeah, that is good pizza.
You could just wash your hands. That could be a thing.
Oh, god damn it. Ah. Anyways, King Cobra fam, it's the weekend. You know how that goes. Weekend vibes and some za, you know what I'm saying? But I prefer to call it pizza because people who call pizza za need to be smacked in the face, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna grab some za and go to Target. Oh. It's like, what the fuck are you on? Target? Never heard of that store. It's called Target, you wank. That is some good Pizza Hut right there. All the meat toppings I selected for it were exquisite. Like, there have been some really fucking tasty, like...
Okay, we're good. We're good. Unless there's anything else he's saying in here worthwhile, I think we're done. We're drinking vodka right out of the bottle at this point. We just don't give a fuck. Yeah, let's see if he said anything else interesting.
And get mad because they harass you. But you know exactly what you're fucking doing. On top of that, Jessica refuses to take any responsibility for her.
Okay, here we go.
You know what the problem with Jessica is? No offense to her, but she craves drama. She feeds the trolls because she craves the attention that she gets from social media.
Yeah, like any other lolcow. You're right.
And then as soon as the trolls bully her, she crawls into a hole and plays victim because she can't handle it.
Sounds like something he's done in the past. No surprise there.
I'm like, don't fucking try to like clickbait the trolls for attention and then get mad because they harass you. But you know exactly what you're fucking doing. On top of that, Jessica refuses to take any responsibility for her own actions, and she constantly blames everyone else for her problems. And she's got psychological issues, among other things, self-confidence issues. And a lot of people are saying, Josh, dude, you did the right thing. I didn't want to do it because I feel bad for Jessica. I get the fact that she's got mental problems and people are bullies to her. But when it's like, okay, you feed the trolls and then you complain because they harass you because you crave the attention. And a lot of people are witnesses to her mental bullshit. And the fact of the matter is that she was broadcasting our fight on her Twitch. Making that shit as public as she possibly can to fucking try to create drama or create clout or have like a one-up on me or some shit. But all it did was make her look really petty, dude. Shows you the kind of person she is. She's got to spread lies and rumors and like try to derail my fame because she realized she fucked up. People will fucking test your patience and push you to your limits and then play the victim when you react. That's called narcissism. But I'll leave it at that.
Oh, shit. All right. Big ups to Boglum Chronicles yet again. Just pumping out those bangers and whatnot. Actually, hold on a second. Give me just a second. I'm looking for someone in particular. Huh. Okay. There's someone in particular I was looking for on that list. I don't see them. I do not see them. Nah, I don't see him. That's crazy. Okay. No worries. It is what it is. All right, chat. So there we are with that. There's the goblin out the way. Let's get right into this DSP shit. And if we have time for the lolcow Tommy C thing, then cool. If not, we don't. Let's see here. Oh shit, Tevin's gonna be going over the stream later. That's what's up. All right, big ups to that. I'll be definitely listening to that one. Okay, so let's see who has what I'm looking for. Either Snort Burnell has it or Memology has it. Okay, Snort Burnell does have it. Snort Burnell has the midlife crisis up to the max. We're definitely watching that. So let's see what Memology has real fast. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay, and then they have that. Okay, cool. And then Memology has this one. So we'll listen to Memology first, and then we'll see what's up with DSP. Or sorry, and then we'll see what's up with Snort Burnell. Excuse me. So first things first. Let's cue that up, and then let's check in with the chat. Let's see what chat thinks. Let's see here. Turn you on. And let's see here. Let's see how far can we scroll up. Let's go with Meth Bear. It'll start us off. Here we go.
Meth Bear says, flexing on the trolls.
That's what it's all about, man. The trolls.
Major of India says, Tavern Pizza. Lee McDonald says, dankness. Really?
Really?
Major of India says, just make your BS Pizza Hut. Don't try to pretend it's good somehow.
Agreed.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, GTG come on say it.
I have to go back into the chat. I'm out of context with that one.
Meth Bear says, only a successful man can burn money like this.
Apparently.
That Marley girl says, if I paid $50 plus at Pizza Hut I'd order some sides.
Agreed.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. This MF is just. Phil Shadow. J. Wusso 989 says. He's so wasteful.
He really is. But like I said, that's what happens though. He doesn't value anything because no matter how Cobra falls, there's always gonna be someone there to break it. Someone is similar to DSP in some light. Maybe not so much anymore though.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. A cry bully that can't do jack.
Agreed.
Both Keeperoxes 99 says. My limit ordering pizza is $30, because ordering.
I can't remember the last time I've ordered. I can't remember the last time I've ordered pizza, dude, and it's gone over like $40. And me not walk away with at least 2 pizzas and a shitload of sides. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see here.
Both Keeperoxes 99 says. At least he has a house thinks he's famous. Meanwhile we has a homeless guy think he's famous.
That's a fair point.
That Marley girl says. Sounds like Sirigs.
Kind of, actually.
Major of India says. That sexy goth bad boy looks like he spends $60 on pizza and his teeth are like a Georgia O'Keeffe landscape. Major of India says. He has potential.
He does.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. I miss in 2017 GTG destroyed Phil on that Mario Sunshine.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty crazy saga, bro. And the fact that he thought he could well, keep in mind there was a lot more dents back then for him to finesse. But the fact that he was able to he almost got away with that. He almost got away with that bullshit. Still blows my goddamn mind, dude. Actually, speaking of which, I'm glad you brought that up. Because I went through my catalog over there, and I have, like, unreleased videos. I mean, I obviously have a shitload of unreleased videos. But I've got, like, unreleased videos from, like, 2017. I might drop those this week coming up, if not next week. Get them up and out there. Let's see, where are we going? All right, Meth Bear's going to start us back off.
Meth Bear says. Major of India, I'm seething he's eating so well. Major of India says. That'll teach the trolls. Spend their money on pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Serpent Thunder says. Bruh. Adam says. That's not pizza.
It's really not.
Aura Master DX says. Imagine paying that much for Pizza Hut.
If it was like Papa John's, maybe. But fuck it. But then again, this is the same guy though that spent like he must have dropped like $40 or $50 on a fucking Little Caesars pizza and shit. Because it started off at like $8. Then he, for like stuffed crust, and then he threw a bunch of sides on it. I mean, a bunch of toppings on it. And it got up to like $40. I never figured out how he did that.
Meth Bear says. We plebs can never hope to afford such a feast.
Apparently not.
Serpent Thunder says. This is why I don't follow this clown.
Can't blame me.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says.
I know what you're feeling, Paul. I know what you're feeling.
Lee McDonald says. Phil Mr. Negative Burnell.
Sir.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. What is this man? Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. Gimme DSP.
Right, we're actually getting on that.
Bear says. Phil's cognitive was cut to precise.
Probably.
Adam says. Phil has been hanging out with PP and Andy lately.
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing he's supposed to be on stream with them tomorrow, so that should be interesting to see how that plays out.
Thiek Nightmask says. Spending $54 for salty ass Pizza Hut. God have mercy on his soul.
It's what's left of it.
Lee McDonald says. For $60, Cobra could have gotten a decent game. That Marley girl says. Really?
Really?
James the Lesser Express Lane says. He's right about that. Major of India says. Look. NAL cost $5,000. For that kind of money. He could have got a Croatian bride.
Oh shit.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. This is Phil 10 years later. When the snorts and bands don't work anymore.
I feel like once Phil really starts to tap out and get to the end, because we're almost there, believe it or not. We're still some years off, don't get me wrong. Because he's not going to be able to apply for credit cards till late 2027. late 2027. If he's smart, he'll wait till the beginning of 2028, but he's not, so it is what it is. He's definitely going to be back in bankruptcy in a few more years, but YouTube's definitely tapping out. And like I said, unless he, I would say, swallows pride, but he doesn't have pride. Unless he starts dual streaming, he's dead in the water. He's literally dead in the goddamn water.
Adam says, he could have gotten Little Caesars for the same quality but cheaper.
Agreed. But he would have figured out a way to inflate the price of that too.
Ramza675 says, I doubt even Satan would want him as a minion. Major of India says, maybe that's what he means by I'll get someone 4,000x hotter. Lee McDonald says, I use that pronunciation of target. Or will Cobra complain about Chi Poodle? Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, I want Phil at this level.
Sooner than later.
Aura Master DX says, he's fading into darkness. Lee McDonald says, is Cobra talking about Jessica or Phil?
Could be both.
Major of India says, I want Phil at this point too, let's hope the Hogans dry up and he crawls into a bottle of Pinnacle. That Marley girl says, Walmart equals Wally World. Adam says, little bit of projection.
Oh shit.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, this is when I win. Major of India says, he got the pizza. He won. Right? Oh.
That's all you can say.
Major of India says, talk about the herpes Jess gave you, Cobes.
Oh.
That'll help.
Oh, it's so gross.
Oath Keeperoxes 99 says, pot meat kettle. Lee McDonald says, how would you know, Cobra? Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, get your super chats GTG.
Eventually.
Lee McDonald says, Tevin.
Yeet. Praise be.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, GTG Tevin did the review. You nerd to watch it? So much gold.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out for sure. Because I think he was streaming yesterday too. I got to catch up on that as well.
Major of India says, I'll yet Tevin up today.
Nice.
Random French lurker says, the PC DSP said he bought is the PC of a guy that pretends to know about PC would buy.
I agree. I absolutely. Well, you'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
That Marley girl says, why is DSP so mad about lol cow live?
Excuse me. Because Keem wouldn't take him seriously. To be honest, I think that's one of many things. He's mad that Keem wouldn't take him seriously, and he's mad at Keem's success. But DSP is jealous of anybody who he perceives to be more successful than me. As well as I think he was somewhat invested in Boogie and Wings, maybe stepping away from LolCow and doing a project with him. But that goes into the whole reason why LolCow podcast doesn't exist and why LolCow Live is. I've done a video on that, but that goes into some murky water. But at the end of the day, DSP siding with Kino Casino isn't just him getting at Rich, but it's also him trying to use Kino Casino as a vehicle to also go at LolCow Live. Like, hey, I'm over here with these guys. These guys do drama content, but they treat me fair. They treat me with a level of respectability. They look at my quote-unquote catalog and how long I've been on the internet, and they acknowledge it. Maybe if you guys did that, instead of trying to turn me into another joke like the other two losers up there, maybe I would be over there with you. Now, I know no one's probably brought that up yet, but that's my personal opinion. I think that's why DSP's all in on that bullshit.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, I did $550 on pizza and they ate it all. Nowhere H says, people like Cobra DSP Wing, Amberlyn Reed, just shows the people can goes to show that some people can't go to through life by themselves.
Agreed.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, whoa. Robotic Gentleman says, where is GTG dropping these videos? Am I not a part of a secret Discord or something?
No. You're not missing anything. It'll all be on the main channel and whatnot. It'll be all on the main channel once they drop. So you haven't missed. You trust me. You haven't missed anything yet. You have not missed a thing yet. Let's see.
GigaHertz says, did he order like 5 pizzas? That's the only reason why Pizza Hut would be $60.
Just the one that we saw, man. Just the one that we saw.
JWusso989 says, does Cobra use turpentine as mouthwash? Because damn, that mouth is hosting its own society of bacteria and life.
Agreed. No, that's I guess he uses the pinnacle as mouthwash. And it also gives him the added bonus of being able to swallow it.
James the Lesser Express Lane says, IRS Gang 2025 #DSP.
Agreed.
Soga says, the casino will save him.
Nah, I don't think here's the thing, I don't think the casino's out to save him. At the end of the day, the casino's gonna win no matter what. Whether just off the muscle of just pure content, Kino Casino's gonna win. Kino Casino has no reason to go at Locale Live, but having DSP does give them something over Locale Live. The Kino Casino doesn't need to go at the detractors or the dents or whatever who is upset about DSP's appearance over there, because there's nothing in it for them. It is what it is. People are going to still watch them while DSP's over there, so they're going to win on that front. If Locale Live really does decide to go down the shitter, because I don't know how Keem is, well, not to say that Keemstar can't do Drama Alert, because he's rebooting that, and Locale Live. It's not to say that he can't do both. But if Locale Live falls, then most people are just going to migrate back, or are just going to migrate over to Kino Casino. So at the end of the day, the house will always win. Whether DSP thinks he's going to get anything out of that is completely on him, which he more than likely is not going to get anything. And for any detractor, troll, hater, or critic, just sit back and take in the content. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Like, if milk is being produced, then consume it. So there's no reason to really get upset at anything. And at the end of the day, everybody can essentially win except for DSP. So it is what it is. But what DSP is hoping for is that his detractors, trolls, haters, and critics will go at Kino Casino. And then Kino Casino goes back at the detractor community as a whole. That's what DSP wants. Now, as far as I know, no one is stupid enough amongst detractors, trolls, haters, and critics to give DSP an easy win like that. It just sounds stupid. Like, me saying it just comes across as being stupid. So no one's going to pass DSP an easy win like that. But that's what DSP is hoping for. He really is. And more importantly, in the short term, he's getting exposure, or he believes he's getting exposure. So he'll run with that worst case scenario.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, he's going to refinance.
Yeah, he will. He will, sooner than later. I still don't think he has enough equity in his home to do it, but time will tell.
Serpent Thunder says, look at his React streams yesterday. He legit complains on every video about how many views they get.
Because DSP's out of touch.
Auramaster DX says, plus Phil tried to cut Keem out by going to Wings and Boogie.
That's true.
MC2 Tech Reviews says, LOL.
Indeed.
MC2 Tech Reviews says, I hope to see everyone in that Kino chat doing work.
You more than likely will. I'm anxious to see how this shit pops off tomorrow.
Bill Brasky says, unfortunately the casino has become dented, their fans particularly.
I understand that's because allegedly the donations that were coming through that may or may not have been linked to the casino. But keep in mind, DSP can put anything he wants into that module for tips, and he can make it as real as he wants it to be. So I don't even know if that's even legit, that he wrote that those $200 tips he got recently are even real or not. So we'll see. We will see. But at the end of the day, though, too, and not that I condone anybody giving Phil money, because I don't, but sometimes you got to spend money to make money. And trust me, they're going to make a killing off of Phil tomorrow night, for sure, and whatnot. And if that gets fucking Review Tech USA to fucking rage about it, that's even more content they're going to be able to bleed out of that. At the end of the day, the house is going to come out on top. We may not like how they do it, but they're still going to come out on top.
Redrake says, I'm thinking on using this pizza coupon for $16 LOL $54 is nuts. Redrake says. Big ups Marcos. MC2 Tech Reviews says. Funny how Phil's WWE Champions account hasn't been active in 7 days.
Is that true? If that's the case, then the $22 or $2,400 or whatever it was for this PC, that makes sense. But for can I get confirmation? You know what? Let me open Twitter really, really fast. Let's see. Who on Twitter would I go to for that? Let's see here. Huh? What is this? Technicals. I noticed that Willie is now accusing Hex of stalking because he tried to talk to him in person. Oh, never mind. He's talking about that's that Smash community nonsense. I'll take a look at that. Let's see here. God damn! Hold up. I might need to bring you in for that one. That was ugly. Fucking A. Let's see here. Where am I on X? Jeez. Yeah, that's that early Kevin Owens shit. I saw Triple H's fucking speech he gave Kevin Owens in the ring the other night. That's wild. That boy's gonna be in a lot of pain when he get older. That shit's gonna be crazy. Let's see here. Funny. Oh, that's stupid funny. Let's see. Fuck around to find out. I'll look for it. What do we got here? Actually, here, I'm going to show you guys something real fast. I think Fondue Pondu has it. If not, Perfectly Imperfect has it. This is that girl world shit that I interject every once in a while. First off, let's see here. So we're taking a slight detour, chat. Just a slight detour. Let's see. This is her when she was eating that. Was it like that Middle Eastern thing? Let me see here. Yeah. This is the feast that she sat there and gorged herself on the other day. Jesus Christ. Consider yourselves lucky we're not going over Foodie Beauty today. Because good God, I have horrors to show you. Oh, actually, you guys can see this. This is back when she was still in Canada. Oh, look at that. It's right off her OnlyFans, people. Look at that shit. Yeah. That's what Cobra wants. Get that. Shit. Oh, the horror. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. All right. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see here. Here, give me a second. Fucking A. Let's see here. Perfectly Imperfect. Fucking A. I think she has it. Oh, that shit's fucking crazy. Okay, let me see if they have it. Because Amberlynn Reed got caught up on some bullshit. I won't have time to explain it to you now. But one of the girls that was in that basically trolled her, someone found her ass on TikTok. Actually, here we go. Let me bring this up. Let me bring you in on this. This right here is Amberlynn Reed's former best friend who was running interference for her. She looks kind of like Amber, except for she's smaller and she has a bit of a darker tone. Let's see here. That's her breakup letter to Amber. This right here is that fucking serial feeder I was telling you guys about. And this was the 1,000-pound girlfriend that just died. That she was with. Just to give you guys some crazy shit on that. This is a legit picture, by the way, as far as I know. So keep that in mind. That's Tommy. Let's see here. Let's see here. Chantel being stupid. Here we go. This is the bouncing thing I told you guys about a little while ago. Can I blow this up? She can't even bounce. That's pretty sad, actually. She can't even physically bounce. That's pretty sad, actually. Okay. And this is her without filters. Yet again, another example of her without filters. You see how red her face is and whatnot. Bags are forming. She's in really bad shape. All jokes aside. That's Old Lordy's Shorty. They had a pretty banger night on stream. Okay, this right here, this chick right here is the chick from Lowe's that is one of the chicks that was trolling Amber for like the better part of a year. And apparently they found that she's on Lowe's and she works at Lowe's and apparently she likes doing shit like this. If you're gonna do ass shaking like that, honey, you need to work on that. But it is what it is. Get an E for effort, I guess. Anyway, okay, so oh, Twitter's crazy. All right, okay, so I'll have to look up that situation with the inactivity on DSP's account. I really want to see that if that's a thing.
MC2 Tech Reviews says he still does his daily login, but I'm pretty sure that means he hasn't played any matches in a week.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. I got you. That's crazy. But yeah, there's our Amberlynn Reed Chantel segment. That's just fucking stupid, dude. What the fuck?
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says
crazy.
The casino will reform him.
Nah, I don't think so. Well, they will have an effect on him. I'm anxious to see it. Because if you think about it, the effects of low tier God, the effects of side scrollers, and then, like I said, the effect of detractors, trolls, haters, and critics as a whole affect him to this very day. So I would expect Tino Casino to also have some type of effect on him.
Sunspot Gallery says
Big ups, Sunspot.
Big ups.
Big ups. Let's see here. All right, let's get a few more of these in, and then let's get into this video because I don't want to hold you guys too much longer.
MC2 Tech Reviews says the upcoming content has been utter garbage these last few months.
He's been boring. I can understand that.
Sunspot Gallery says I'm thinking he wants them to hurt him so he can gain more sympathy points.
Probably, but that's fucking with the sector and then fucking with your average detractor, troll, hater, and critic is two separate things, man. Two completely separate things.
Meth Bear says Phil has plenty of equity. His credit and income sucks too much to qualify.
Yeah.
Plus interest is too high.
But Phil will still go for it. But how much? Well, I'll think on that and I'll bring it up on another stream. Because it's not like DSP makes over, you know what I'm saying, the minimum payments and shit for his mortgage, right? Like how much of it is really going to the principal and how much is it he's just paying it outright in interest? But that's neither here nor there. That's something I need to ponder on personally. But big ups.
Hate Army says personally, I don't care if KC fans donate to DSP, I think it's tard how they made him a mod, and there's rumors he's started banning people for being dirty detractors.
If that's true, that's lame as fuck. Like Kino needs to get on that shit. Because that doesn't benefit them allowing DSP to ban people. That's definitely a no-go.
Jax Sleekson says no way would he break the streak, it's been years. MC2 Tech Reviews says his WWE Champions profile says last activity 7 days ago.
So he's still logging in. He's just, yet again, he's just not playing. Alright, fair enough.
Random French Lurker says don't forget that Andy has done this drama thing for a long time now.
Agreed.
For the metaphor, an ex-mafia boss is still dangerous even if not at their prime. I think Phil is making a mistake.
He's already made the mistake. We're just waiting for the fallout.
Redrake says the Gamebox guy.
Yeah, TJ Gamebots. Big ups.
MC2 Tech Reviews says and I'm pretty sure that means engaging in matches. Demater says DSP completely controls the tips narrative now that there are no more pop-ups and tips have been the main attraction on the circus for a while.
Very good point. Very good point.
Almighty Gookie says yo, an anonymous person bought me a 1700 PC, guys.
What's up, Almighty? The next, I hope things went well for you at Evo, because I know you caught the end of the last stream and whatnot. I hope Evo went well for you, my guy. I really hope Evo went well for you. I am anxious what you were playing, because I want to see if I can try to find some of your match footage and whatnot. But like I said, big ups, man. Like I said, I hope you had a good time in Vegas.
MC2 Tech Reviews says, the Scopely 7th year anniversary tweet for WWE Champions is completely engulfed in DSP memes. It's fucking hilarious.
That's what I heard. I think Meerkat actually had shown that, or they did it on That Being Said. I can't remember exactly where now, but they had gone through some of the responses.
Wooden Ox says, WTF. Sheer King says, no.
This is the Foodie Beauty Amberlynn Reese segment. We're going to go through a couple of these and then we'll get started.
MC2 Tech Reviews says, WTFFFF. Redrake says, GTG is hard RN at the Upix. Grim Phantomile says, oof.
Oh shit!
Sheer King says, Heelp. Major of India says, horrible. Basedkin21 says, hey Ayalp. RAF says, you can restablish your credit via cards even after a bankruptcy. It's important even if your limit is low.
Yikes. I would just hold off on that, man. I don't need credit like that.
Curtis Angus says, you. Sunspot Gallery says, unsee. Thuaria 313 says, yo, WTF. Sheer King says, I did not need to see that GTG.
I know you did. I apologize, but this is the reality. This is the reality.
Donut Sensei says, Control Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, GTG, that's a nut that will never leave me.
I'm sorry, but you had to see it. You had to see it.
Dima says, he broke the login streak.
Wow, that's wild. That is wild.
Almighty Gookie says, the Amberlynn arc is way better than the falcxne arc Reap Talk.
The Amberlynn shit is fucking getting wild, dude. We'll definitely do a stream on it eventually, or we'll combo it together. But yeah.
Aura Master DX says, 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, the last girlfriend was 1,000. She literally was 1,000 pounds when she passed away.
Donut Sensei says, 1,000.
Yep.
Beautiful Monster says, get me drunk enough then I'd be down LOL. Basedkin21 says, I can't get lit enough.
No, not at all.
Bill Brasky says, Das gross. Basedkin21 says, doing everything but working.
Yep.
James the Lesser Express Lane says, more cushion for the pushing has a limit.
Oh yeah, I mean, unless you fucking have like a bulldozer or some shit.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, just wow. Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, give it time GTG.
Agreed.
Major of India says, can't wait for that i7 to show up. 60 frames of dropped input.
I think the same thing.
Major of India says,
I think the same thing.
Windows 11 will be a bigger detractor than me.
Yes, it will.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, Phil is greedy. He will take the risk for to be rich one more time.
Yep.
Soga says, WWE Supercard has the Capcom crossover right now, I think. Maybe he's playing over there.
I don't know I'm not sure if anybody's actually following, if he's even still doing anything on Supercard, but it would be interesting to see if he is trying to jump back and forth.
Lee McDonald says, given the WWE controversy, Phil teaming up with Kino Casino is just pathetic.
We'll see we'll see what comes out of it. We'll see what comes out of it.
Major of India says, the fact he is a gambling addict and could not resist the urge to go to the Kino Casino is not lost on me.
It shouldn't be lost on anybody that a degenerate gambler is siding with the casino.
Shao Shimigami says, GTG, what's your thoughts on Tommy C leaving Lol Cow Live and the fake ass tattoo on Cancer 2988's face? I think it was done by Marker.
The tattoo definitely looks suspicious. We'll see how it plays out. He's clearly not taking care of it, meaning Boogie. So, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Last time I saw it, it looked infected, to be honest. As it pertains to Tommy C leaving leaving Lol Cow Live, I apologize. the way he said it yesterday on stream, or the way he implied, it seems like he believes that they were going to push him out. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I've been pretty critical about Tommy, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, like I said in my original video, if he builds his viewer base and his fan base, which he has, and he ends up walking away, then good on him. He said yesterday that he was getting anywhere from $28 to $2,000 a month from Local Live. It is what it is. He brought up this whole thing about the shares that they supposedly have and the NDA. As it pertains to the shares, he says he wasn't getting any. He just gets 25% of the show. Wings is the one running around here saying that we have shares in this and this, that, and a third. I don't know if they really understand what that is, because obviously it's not on the stock market. But we're not talking about stock. We're talking about like actual ownership of the actual show itself. Meaning that if Keem decides to sell it, whatever the profits that come from that, if you guys own a percentage of the show, then you guys get your little 25% cut. Whereas with Tommy, if they did sell the concept of the show, Tommy doesn't get anything because he's just an independent contractor. Which I was surprised that Keem would think you could go ahead and hit this guy with an NDA and you don't have him under contract for anything. Which is weird. So, like, what kind of trust buddy system thing do you guys have even going on over there? How do you not have Tommy under contract? But that's neither here nor there. But I need to hear more before I can give you guys a better idea. But that whole situation with the money and everything sounds really strange.
Almighty Gookie says, Amberlyn x Chantal equals 2 tons of fun.
That's hilarious.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, and thanks to all of the Legion, we will see Phil's end. In greed or chance. GTG, you said it. Prestige Farm never forgets.
Absolutely. Pepperidge Farm never forgets.
Serpent Thunder says, save a cowgirl, ride a whale. Theird Knight 17 says, so DSP won't be going over the WWE Champions portion of the documentary?
Yeah, I heard. He's a coward for that.
Jesse Green 619 says, hello GTG.
How's it going, Jesse?
Almighty Gookie says, there's no match footage of me this year. Maybe next year.
Oh, alright. No problem. Because I was thinking that I was thinking that they had at least the footage from you in pools. But I feel you. Like I said, at least you had a good time though. I did want to hear how you're like, you know what I'm saying, how things went. Or did you record any footage yourself, but you just said no, so it's a thing. Like I said, it's always next year, brother.
Zach Bell 05
I might actually try
says,
to go next year.
Hey a GTG.
How's it going, Zach?
Sunspot Gallery says, the casino always wins.
It does.
Theird Knight 17 says, it's crazy how you predicted that Lol Cow Live was gonna fail since the beginning.
It just wasn't. It wasn't set up to succeed. It just wasn't. In my opinion, it just wasn't set up to.
Zach Bell 05 says, yeah, the shares doesn't exist.
Not at all. But Wings is gonna hold on to that, and probably Boogie too. But there's nothing coming out of that. But I can understand though why they both Wings and Boogie are hard up for money. An extra $2,000 a month definitely helps both of them out, because Boogie barely puts up content and Wings' content is shit. So barely anybody supporting it. He's streaming for hours on end and making next to nothing.
Hate Army says, all that business talk about ownership, buying/selling, firing, etc. is all kayfabe, as far as I'm concerned.
And that's why people are starting to think, Hate Army, that whole situation over there will work. So.
Auramaster DX says, sounds like Splits.
Probably.
Iron Torch 20 says, Keem needed DSP because he was banking on guys like Doty, Sly, Snort Hogan and Snort Burnell to cover it.
Agreed. He needed the entire.
Iron Torch 20 says, and Hate Army.
And Hate Army. Yeah, all right, one more time and then we'll get into this video. Keem wasn't buying. Keem wasn't buying DSP when he offered him to come on the Local Live. He was buying the tractor community. That's what his money was purchasing. And the payoff would have been big as long as he could hold people's attention. So, but like I said, that's not something I haven't told you before, and I'm sure other people have said it too. But that's what he was buying. That's what he was buying. Because you got to remember, amongst detractors, trolls, haters, and critics in the DSP sphere, you have a lot of very motivated, driven, talented, creative people over here, right? Whether you're talking about clipping, commentary, making music, so on and so forth. Just imagine what lolcow Live could have been if you have some of these people out here who make some of these banger songs who did an intro over there. Just imagine what they could have done, right, for the format of the show if you had some of the minds, like some really great minds behind it, like Agent Proper, big up to him, telling them, hey, structure it this way, structure it this way, structure it this way, present this, present this, present this, and so on and so forth. Like, you're talking about a whole nother economy that could have been built around lolcow Live, or lolcow Podcast, I should say. If he could have convinced DSP to come to the table. And he couldn't do it because, for various reasons, to be honest. For various reasons.
Hate Army says, yeah, Keem wanted the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was buying. That's exactly what he was buying.
Major of India says, poison the well.
Indeed. All right, people, let's go ahead and get to this video. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to hold you guys that long. I know I detoured into some crazy shit. Let's get into this. Let's cut this shit up. We're here with Memology, or DSP Tries at Memology 101, big ups. And we're going to talk over this situation about this new PC, Street Fighter 6 on PC coming soon, which I think is supposed to happen tonight if his dumbass can set the shit up. Here we go. Oh, speaking of which, I suspect that the PC's already there too, by the way. But semantics. That's just me.
Get it off of a website that has like, the best value, right?
My fault.
And basically the
My bad.
website was going to be like Newegg. You ever go to Newegg? Great website for getting PCs and PC components and stuff like that. But I guess what happened was we kind of agreed on like what what would be good, and they were going to get it. And then all of a sudden, they emailed me yesterday and said, "So FYI, I ordered you a PC, but FYI, it's not from Newegg."
My bad. First off, I jumped ahead way too far, so let's bring it back.
So I worked my butt off to get my Bison to the highest rank possible that I have gotten him so far, which is like 1,600 some points.
That shit's light. That's the highest possible you could get. Great screenshot, by the way. And look at his phantom hove. Look at his little phantom hove. That's hilarious. Anyway, 1,600 was the highest you could get. That's light. That's super light, but whatever. Semantics. You do what you can, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't beat up the kid on the short bus because he can't do anything better. My bad.
And climbing, I'm still on the way up, right? And then they reset everything. And that really upset me. It did, because I worked hard to get that high, and for them to just hit the reset.
That's the whole point of seasons, though. There's always gonna be a reset each and every season. Wait until he sees the new hot fixes come in, because there's supposed to be like 5 or 6 of them just in the upcoming months. So wait until he sees all the nerfs and buffs that come out of that. That's gonna be interesting.
That button and get me back to square one is a very frustrating thing. So,
and that right there is actually pretty telling too. So he went from 1,600 back to 1,500, and he's sitting here saying that he's upset over 100, over what, 1,000 points? Not even 1,000 points, 100 points. And he's like, that's frustrating that all my progress has been done away with. But then again, this goes back to his mindset as it pertains to tournaments and him having some level of seniority, and hey, I've been playing fighting games for 20 plus years or whatever. I should get respect off the muscle for that. Which, no, it doesn't work like that for anything. You have to earn respect. It's not given to you just because you've been hanging the fuck around. That just because you showed up. You know what I'm saying? Just because you exist. And that's his problem. And he really, really thinks that if he goes to PC and he gets around a larger group of people, he's gonna not a larger group demographic, a better quality of players, quote unquote. He'll get recognized, and he won't. To be honest, he won't. It won't even work that way, because as long as crossplay is on, he's gonna have to fight his way through, just like he did on Xbox, just like how he did on PlayStation. Nothing's gonna change. It's really not. If nothing else, he's gonna have even less excuses. And that's something that he's not thinking about, because he wants to keep up with the Joneses. He wants to be part of the FGC so goddamn bad. And he wants to have all the advantages that he feels that the FGC has, that he's not even thinking about, I'm really cutting off all my excuses. I'm really fucking over my own narrative. Because if he can't do well on a PC, he's done. He's done. This is the third copy of Street Fighter 6 he's gonna buy. This is the third arcade stick that he has, right? Because remember, he has the Xbox one that was gifted to him, allegedly, air quotes. Then there was the PS5 one that he fucked up he fucked up recently. And then he had the new one that was quote unquote gifted to him. So we've gone through, and then now we got this new PC that he's paid for. 3 different PCs, 3 different copies of the game, 3 different platforms to play it on. If he fails here, he's done.
When that happened, someone contacted me and said, here's the deal. This person is a longtime viewer and fan who has been looking to do something for a while. They were actually waiting for me to do the PC transition, the PC migration from this PC to my wife's PC, and then they were going to contact me about this.
Why? Explain to me why they were doing that. They've been, so let's pick the scenario. So let's pick someone out of let's pick Serpent Hunter. Big ups. So let's say Serpent Hunter was like, you know what? I appreciate GTG streams and everything. And now maybe he starts to stream some of his games while going over DSP shit, whatever. Yeah, man, I feel like his stream is lagging and everything. Well, he says that he has another PC that he's been building, but it has subpar parts. But he's going to go with that, and then he'll just dual stream for a while, so on and so forth, right? So then so Serpent Hunter's thinking in his head, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let him do the swap over. We'll let him rebuild with the subpar parts. And then we'll see how the stream goes. After that. And if I still feel like, you know what, it could be better, I'll reach out to him behind the scenes and I'll send him some stuff, or we'll talk about some stuff to maybe help build that up. And I want you to think about that for a minute. Because DSP is trying to play the narrative that, I'm trying to improve on my own. Someone else sees that I'm trying to improve on my own. And so they want to kind of sit back and wait and see what happens. Well, if Cat's PC actually ends up working out, then that person's off the hook. But that person's not sending you any donations, or he's not sending you any money behind the scenes right now. Big up to Serpent Hunter, by the way. They're not sending you any money or trying to help you out right now. So what's the point of them sitting back and waiting? On top of that, why would he have to wait for you to use a hand-me-down PC to step in and be like, oh, well, you know what? I know you went ahead and went through the trouble of going through that landfill that is Cat's room/office to pull her PC out, come over, transfer all of your stuff onto it, and go through the hassle of that because DSP is technology illiterate. I'm going to just send you a brand new PC. I've essentially covered every angle, well, most angles that he could take when it comes to trying to explain this PC to us later, which he's going to. Make it make sense. Like, literally make it make sense. How does that even work? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, he's losing his grip on the narrative. And I don't know if that's because he doesn't give a fuck because there's barely anybody there. Is it because he doesn't give a shit because he's trying to anger the detractors, trolls, haters, and critics so he can use that as ammunition on Kino Casino? I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but it don't make sense.
Viewer and fan who has been looking to do something for a while. They were actually waiting for me to do the PC transition, the PC migration from this PC to my wife's PC, and then they were going to contact me about this. But I recently said, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Okay? In addition, they saw that these master points basically reset. All right? Getting me back to 0, essentially, square one, starting over at master rank with all of my characters in Street Fighter 6. And so, in light of the fact that I'm not doing the migration and all my master points reset in Street Fighter 6, they contacted me with an offer to donate a gaming PC. Okay? Now, let's clarify some things. Okay? This is not a used, outdated gaming PC that's been sitting around that probably has back doors.
And here's the thing, too. This is really grimy. Now, James the Lesser, Agent Proper, other people have pointed this out, how he takes these backhanded shots at Cat. Like he did it with Wings. Like he was talking shit about Wings' weight, but he was really talking about Cat. He did the same thing about Cat's PC right here. Let me show you.
Offer to donate a gaming PC. Okay? Now, let's clarify some things. Okay? This is not a used, outdated gaming PC that's been sitting around that probably...
He literally is taking shots at Cat there. Which is weird because he's the one who went begging to her for her PC. So why are you going to shit on it? Now he's trying to use the facade of, oh, I'm taking shots at Review Tech USA. But the outdated, hand-me-down, used PC that's been sitting around, according to his narrative, is Cat's. Because remember, he's the one who told us a couple days ago, Cat has transitioned over to console. Her PC is not being used whatsoever. It's just been sitting back there. So I need one because my PC is about to go out. So I'm going to use hers. He's literally, he's basically, it's two birds with one stone. But he thinks he's being clever and he's not. And if you go back to when he was taking shots at Wings and Boogie's weight, you could hear in his mannerisms that he was taking shots at Cat as well. This was after Cat got unveiled, if you will. He's doing the same shit here. And he's conscious of it too. Which is even worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that woman's useless to you, then get her the fuck out. The fuck, man? Why keep her around?
Probably has back doors and keyloggers installed on it that they decided to send to me. That was a different situation entirely that we will not talk about today because that's not this situation.
That's weird because I thought you said you weren't paying attention to Kino Casino until they started talking about the June the King documentary. Well, what you're talking about perceives that. Uh-oh, I guess we caught you in another bag of snorts. Semantics.
Is an actual PC that will be brand new, purchased from a reputable business, and sent directly to me.
That's how he exposed himself. That's literally where he exposed himself. I'll bring it back.
Doors and keyloggers installed on it that they decided to send to me. That was a different situation entirely that we will not talk about today because that's not this situation. This is an actual PC that will be brand new, purchased from a reputable business, and sent directly to me. Okay?
How smug he is. Right? Feeding the dents the lie, thinking that they're falling for it, trying to continue to reinforce the confidence that one of your own, out of all of you dents, right, in Phil's audience, I mean, one of you have chosen to step up and help me with this. You know what I'm saying? And he's laying out the story, laying out the entire Goudy buffet, and he believes these idiots are eating it up, and most of them probably are. While taking this lame ass shot at fucking Review Tech USA.
In regards to this, they said, I would like to get you a PC.
Which, by the way, I haven't spoken on it too much. I do think that fucking computer was compromised, to be honest. I honestly think that computer was compromised. I honestly think there was some dumb shit in there to try to catch DSP slipping so fucking Review Tech can somehow hoist himself to top 10 detractors of all time or whatever lame shit he was running around talking about on some weirdo shit. So I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, that played out. But even more fucked up, if you go along with my narrative, is that means Jay was always lined up to get fucked over eventually too. Because keep in mind, when he sent that to Jay, Jay never did nothing to him. So why? Why would you sit there and send someone that you supposedly were friends with a compromised PC for no goddamn reason? Why would you do that? Especially when, if you know Review Tech as well as most people do, he has other PCs laying around that he could have easily have sent to Jay. Why'd you send Jay that one? Something to think about.
And here's some suggestions. And I looked at the suggestions, and basically I went back. I know a couple people who are into PC building and modding and everything, and they understand what's good and what's not. And basically I went back and forth with this very generous viewer for a day or two about this. Like, here's what we would want, here's how we would do it, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, so here's what we figure out, right? I'm like,
Also, if you've been going back and forth with this person for a day or two, when did you have time to do that? On top of that, why didn't you talk about it on stream? Why didn't you say, hey, there's a generous person amongst your ranks, amongst the rest of you peanuts, that is looking to step up and help me with get a better PC or whatever? do you guys have any suggestions of what I should get? Now, theoretically, I'm answering my own question because they already did that a few months back, where they had those multiple weeks where they tried to do all that dumb shit and so on and so forth. Whatever. But it makes you wonder why does everything always have to be behind the scenes? Why does everything have to be on some cloak and dagger shit or on some snort and gout shit? Why is it always like that? He's always talking about transparency. He's always talking about, let's talk about it. Let's speak on some shit. And then we never speak on it. You only hear about scenarios like this after the fact. Just something to think about.
We should probably get it off of a website that has like the best value, right? And basically the website was going to be like Newegg. You ever go to Newegg? Great website for getting PCs and PC components and stuff like that. But I guess what happened was we kind of agreed on like what what would be good. And they were going to get it. And then all of a sudden, they emailed me yesterday and said, so FYI, I ordered you a PC, but FYI, it's not from Newegg. I was like, what? Why not? Like, whoa.
Now, this is where the spin comes in.
Whoa. They said, well, with Newegg, I guess it would have been difficult because, you know, they're not shipping it to themselves. They're shipping it to me.
So what? I've bought things off of Newegg and Amazon and whatever and had it shipped to other people. So what? The billing address goes to me. The shipping address goes over there or wherever I decide to send it. What's the point? And then I'll go through the extra hoops of tracking it to make sure it gets there, depending on the amount.
I live in a private community. In order to deliver here, you need specific instructions on how to access this community.
And Amazon or not Amazon. Well, Amazon clearly has it, but Amazon, UPS, FedEx, they don't have that. That's not a thing. Make it make sense.
And get into it. And it's not easy. You actually have to jump through hoops. Delivery people here can have a hard time getting in. So,
no, they don't. All UPS, FedEx drivers, all delivery drivers have access. Like they all have like they all have like their own key that's or their own like code that's like that they already have. They have a custom code for their deliveries and whatnot. There is no hoops. It's whether this dickhead is going to go downstairs and sign for the product or not, which is something that you will have to do through Newegg. When they show up to your door, someone needs to sign for it.
He's like, I tried to do it, and it just seemed like so complicated. And the fact that they were probably going to have to either contact me or you to get this thing delivered. He said, forget it. So I got you something else. He said, what?
And that's why his story don't make sense to me. That's why the story is probably a lie. It's probably a lie. He went to Newegg. He saw something that he liked, right? But probably didn't want to go through the hassle. Maybe it was a little more than he wanted to spend, whatever. Then jumped over to Amazon, was like, hey, I have this fucking layaway plan, pay as I go type bullshit over here anyway. I'll just do that.
I mean, he got me something else. Like, we were talking about this particular model. He's like, no, I got you something else. It's even better. And I got it off Amazon, and Amazon delivers to you. I know because you got your Victrix joystick, delivered and other things delivered. So I know that they're going to deliver to you, no problem. And by the way, it's on the way, and it's coming on Monday. What? It's on the way, and it's coming on Monday. Yes. The guy sends me the information on the PC. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, first of all, to be clear, this is not a $5,000 gaming rig. This is not an...
Who said anything about $5,000? I would have... What you should have said is you should have gone with the detractor meme instead of $3,000 PC. Yet again, showing how much real estate people have in your fucking head. Fucking dumb, man. I swear, bro. Yet again, chat, give DSP enough rope and he'll hang himself. Fucking moron. I don't pay attention to those idiots. I don't care what they say. Literally inflating the meme. This is just like chat back in 2020 when he said, oh, these guys said I have over like $250,000 in fucking debt from WWE champion. No one said that. People said $100,000. He inflated that number to make it seem more ridiculous because he thought he was getting over on us, and he wasn't. Same bullshit here. Same depth and style. The way DSP does anything is the way he does everything. And that's why he'll never get over he'll never ever get over a detractor who has their wits about themselves. Ever.
Insane over the top thing. You know what I mean? It's not some enthusiast rig. It's, but it's ridiculous. This thing, the components that are in it are quite good. And this guy decided to buy me this weird build. Let me put it this way. There's a PC that's built for use, and then there's a PC that's built just for flashiness, okay? I would argue this PC hits somewhere in the middle.
This shows you how far out of... Good screenshot, by the way. Shows you how far... Yeah, actually a pretty good screenshot, because theoretically he's making the hand sign of a womb, but since he don't get no pussy... Anyway, no, disregard all that, chat. Disregard all that. It is very amusing, and how funny it is how out of touch he is. Like, people customize their builds all the time. You know what I'm saying? Shit, most pre-builds, like what you have coming to you, Phil, is just that. It has all kinds of customizations to it based on your personality and what you're looking for. But the overall design is secondary compared to its functionality. That's how PC shopping works. But that's why most people choose to build and buy pre-builds. Or you just go ahead and upgrade a pre-build. But that's semantics. I'm talking out your depth. It is what it is.
Because it has really good components in it for gaming, but at the same time, it also looks really unique and weird. All right? Yes. Joe Man just says RGBs on RGBs. This thing has crazy RGBs, which I don't know if I'm even going to be using. Do I really want distracting RGBs on a...
Why are you pointing down there? I want you to think about this, chat. Are you planning on putting the gaming PC on your floor? This isn't like the mini PC that you already have. What are you doing? So you're not actually getting rid of your main rig, are you? You're still going to run that. And then this gaming PC is supposed to be a secondary PC. You're going for that dual PC setup. That's why your dumb ass is pointing to the floor. Because that's where it's going to go, isn't it, Phil? It's going to go right there on that dirty, filthy carpet that you don't want to vacuum and you don't want to dust or nothing. It's going to go right there in it. It's going to go right there. Instead of going on your TV stand, it's going to go right on that fucking floor. Ain't it? Semantics, chat. Semantics.
PC over there that I'm going to have right... It's going to sit right there next to my entertainment center.
Not even on the floor. Not even going to have it on a riser or anything. Right there on the floor. Jasper's going to have a field day with that bitch. Agent Jasper is going to have a field day with that shit.
Okay, it's going to sit right there on the floor. Okay, you ready? Here's some of the specs in this thing.
Oh boy.
Exactly,
a literal fire hazard. That shit's gonna be impressive. Can't wait to see how this plays.
An Intel Core i7 14700KF processor. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. That's the processor. Okay? The graphics card. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super.
You can tell this idiot's the one who shopped for this and paid for it and bought it. He went ahead. He's probably heard some of these terms before, and he's like, "Oh, well, this must be a really good quality because the PC is probably as expensive as it is. So this has to be good, dude." And just went along with it. He's as computer ignorant or illiterate as he's always displayed. I'm pretty confident this idiot paid for it himself. This is fantastic. And yet again, he's just going to expose himself because he thinks, "Oh, I'm just going to tell you guys what's in it so you guys can be impressed." Only showing his ignorance.
The graphics card. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super. What does that mean? I don't know.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on. Look at this.
What? I don't know. What is that? Ti Super? Okay then. 32 gigabytes of DDR5 5600 MT per second RGB RAM. So 3200 gigabytes of RGB colored RAM. Glowing RAM.
Should have probably had 64, but that's just me. That's what I'm running. No, we're not like 64 is starting to become the standard if it isn't already. But you know, you're going for the bare minimum because you don't know no better. Because it's glowing, right? It's flashing, so Jasper can sit in front of it for hours on end. Okay, I got you.
Right? Sure. Sure. What the fuck? A 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe PCIe Gen 4 SSD. It's good to have a 2 terabyte SSD, I guess. This now,
did he even mention what the secondary hard drive or the third even has at all? Yeah, I'm 64 gigs of RAM all the way with that and whatnot. Just because it just I just kind of like the fact that the PC doesn't have to struggle. But anyway, does he not have a secondary or a third hard drive in there at all? Like having 2 terabytes of SSD is great, but we don't have any other secondary hard drives at all? None? He's not going to add it in there later. All right, we'll see.
I need to clarify a few things, okay? This PC is for gaming. I'm going to repeat myself. This PC is for gaming.
So what? Are you trying to say that you can't pay bills on it? You can't file your taxes through it? What is this? Is this how you're going to line up the second bankruptcy? Mark my words, in like 5 or 6 years, whether I'm around or not, or whether I'm making content or not, I should say, that he's clearly lining this shit up. It's going to be for PC only. Oh, so you're not going to be on fucking the hubs for that shit? You're not going to go to X Video over there with fucking Review Tech USA? You guys aren't going to goon up while you're trying to blow your loads and shit? None of that? Okay.
That's what the PC is for. This is why when I said this arrival of this PC is going to change all my content, this is very true. All right? It's going to change all of my content because I'm literally going to have the capability to play every game I want on PC moving forward, right? Any new game, I'll be able to do. Be honest, Street Fighter 6 immediately is an upgrade. And in fact, the person who donated this PC has specifically requested that the day it shows up tomorrow, they want me to set it up and play Street Fighter 6 on it.
And this, yet again, gives them away again. Because you have a fan that's going to pay over, God knows what, over $2,000+ just for you to play Street Fighter. Stop the cap! Stop the cap! Fuck out of here with this dumb shit.
Because I'm literally going to have the capability to play every game I want on PC moving forward, right? Any new game, I'll be able to do. Be honest.
And the thing is, the way he's stumbling over his words and all that bullshit, let's be honest, this shit is primarily for Street Fighter. This is primarily for Street Fighter. He's trying to sell it on the front end that, oh, I'll be able to play any PC game I want, guys. But it's really for Street Fighter.
My content. Because I'm literally going to have the capability to play every game I want on PC moving forward, right? Any new game, I'll be able to do. Be honest, Street Fighter 6 immediately is an upgrade. And in fact, the person who donated this PC has specific, right?
Street Fighter 6 is immediately an upgrade. Hold on a second. I want you guys to catch that part.
Any new game, I'll be able to do. Be honest, Street Fighter 6 immediately is an upgrade. And in fact, the person who donated this PC has specifically requested that the day it shows up tomorrow, they want me to set it up and play Street Fighter 6 on it. They want me to play Street Fighter 6, see how it looks, how it performs. Does it get rid of any additional input lag? They want me to play it on launch day here, or unboxing day, I guess I should say, setup day. They want me to play Street Fighter 6 on it.
See how I gave himself away? And what was the point of the fucking... What's the point of the... What happens to the mini PC now? Now the mini PC gets thrown into the fucking box and into that closet of... that closet of failure and abyss, and we'll never hear about it again. We'll never hear nothing about it again, because that's what he always wanted. He never wanted that mini PC. He was willing to deal with it until he could figure out a way to con somebody into buying him an actual rig. And now he had to pay for it himself. That mini PC is going to jump into the void and we'll never hear about it ever again. Ever again.
Okay? So,
and this idiot, because he's stupid, because he's stupid, he's still not realizing you're still going to have to go into settings, Phil. You're still going to have to change shit up. There's a lot that you need to do. And your TV is not going to hold up eventually if you want the full results and visuals that comes out off this PC. But he's not thinking about any of that yet again. All he cares about is Street Fighter. All he cares about is Justin. All he cares about is Daigo. All he cares about is all those guys who are playing on PC, or Maximilian too. All he cares about is just trying to keep up with them. That's all he cares about. That's all he gives a shit about. Fulfilling that need. Making sure that his ego is satiated, if you will. That's all that matters.
Yes, of course, the PC version. We're going to be playing Street Fighter 6 on PS5.
Now, it also makes me wonder, chat, because no one's brought it up yet, but it makes me wonder, is he going to still change out Cat's PC for his own original rig? Is he still going to do that? Because I'm starting to think he really only wanted Cat's PC so he could play Street Fighter on. Now that he has a rig dedicated to that, will he change out his original PC for hers? Or will another generous fan send us another PC strictly for the business? Just something to think about, chat.
Until the PC shows up. When it shows up, we're going to set up the PC and we're going to play Street Fighter 6 on PC. You understand? Okay? So it's going to be the best version of Street Fighter 6 available. There will be...
Yeah, Paul, I think that's what his plan B is too. Yeah, and same thing with Ice. Big ups, Ice. I think he is trying to go for a 2 PC setup. But I don't think he wants Cats. I think once he pulls this one out of the box, this new one, he's not going to want Cats. He wants a brand new setup across the board. You know what I'm saying? He wants a new setup across the board. Because here's the thing. He talks about the whole thing with the Stream Deck. I have one. He could use that off of that brand new, well, that newish laptop that he has, but he never wanted to do it. It needed to be hooked to a PC. An actual desktop PC. He wanted to run it off that. I think he's going to see how this goes. And then I think he's going to eventually buy another PC. Or he's hoping to bait somebody else into buying it. We will see.
Be no more issues with dropped inputs or anything because I'm going to have the best version like all the pro players. There will be no more unfair advantage when I'm playing this game against people online. It will be even Steven. Okay?
Yeah, I want you to remember this moment. Let me bring this back to you. I want you to remember this moment about even Stevens when in like a month, if not before that, he gets his ass handed to him, and you got me on stream, and someone makes a laugh compilation of me fucking bugging the fuck out because this idiot said it's supposed to be fair across the board, and that bitch ain't. Where at the end of the day, you don't have the skill, you don't have the talent, you don't have the reactions, you don't have the reflexes, you don't have the know-how, and you're just going to get owned. Wait.
Puts or anything because I'm going to have the best version like all the pro players. There will be no more.
And here's the thing. I thought you were a casual player. You don't play competitively. You're not part of the FGC. Why the fuck do you care about what the pros are doing? Tell me something. That's like me saying, oh, I don't want to be a professional, well, not professional, but I don't want to be like be a well-known streamer. I just like to stream casually. But then you hear me say, you know what? Tevin has this really bang-up setup. Or that being said, has this bang-up setup. Or Ann has this bang-up setup. Or Proper has this bang-up setup. And I want what they have. I want to do that. I want what they got. I thought I was just streaming casually, though. So why do I need to invest the way they do? But then in the next breath, I'm sitting there telling you, yeah, I need to have everything they got. Fuck out of here, bruh.
More unfair advantage when I'm playing this game against people online. It will be even Steven. Okay? So I'm excited for that, obviously.
This is cool because I'm getting that positive vibe that I had for most of 2017. I'm getting it back now. But now I'm getting that groove back, getting that vibe back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too.
Shut your ass up. Big ups to Memology. Big ups to Memology. So that's what our situation is there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what our scenario is on that. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the Snort Burnell video. Just because of Snort Burnell, big ups and whatnot. But big ups to Memology for that. Pulling out them bangers and shit. That's fucking ridiculous. And I might be able to fit this one more in before Tevin's shows get started. So let's see if we can pull this. Had it. Let's see here. Oh fuck! I'm not gonna pull a flamenco, am I? You're not gonna see what my porn folder looks like, are you? Oh, flamenco, you fucking idiot. Alrighty, save the pig. Okay, so that's going to be next up. Alright, chat, let's bring you in. Let's see what you guys have to say. Let's get into this final video and whatnot. Thank you guys for coming out. I very much appreciate it. And then we will allow you guys to move on with our day. Big ups to everybody who showed up in chat, by the way. Okay, Emperor, you're going to start us off. Here we go.
Wow, dude, look at all these letters and acronyms. It must be good.
It must be good.
Auramaster DX says. He has the old ones.
Possibly.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. Phil. You know what cores are?
No, we don't.
James the Lesser Express Lane says. Nope.
Oh, shit.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. Bananas.
Eat.
Random French Lurker says. A gaming PC will perform well for other tasks too as a general rule.
Agreed.
Anthony says. We all know he won't use this new PC for gaming, he is a console fanboy.
Exactly.
Auramaster DX says. Cap. Random French Lurker says. Third copy of SF6, let's go.
Yep, the $100 copy too, because he needs to get back in there, because he needs to get back to Bison. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get back to those DLC characters and shit. His pay-to-win characters, if you will.
Random French Lurker says. Capcom making bank.
Yes, sir. Damn, the way shit keeps going, WWE money sooner than later.
Ramza675 says. The Wolverine toy next to him explains all of this behavior.
It does. Actually, that was a great point on your part.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. GTG he made $360,000 in 1 year. College graduate right here.
See?
Asaman2112 says.
Oh shit, what's up, dude?
What up, GTG?
Shit, what up, man? How you been? I've seen you in a minute, but then again, I haven't been on the main channel in a while. If I couldn't figure, actually, funny story, real quick. If I couldn't figure out this thing with the chat, I was gonna end up having this was gonna end up being streamed on the main channel, and then, like I said, I found out it was a glitch. Then I found out the main channel on my other PC that I stream on, that's going through the same problem too. So, womp womp. I'm just stuck no matter what. All right, here we go.
Lee McDonald says. Who is Phil trying to fool?
He's only fooling himself, to be honest with you. Whatever, dense.
Curtis Angus says. He also not gonna edit on it.
Nope. Editing, what's that?
Athron82 says. I can't wait to see him play other PC games. Him fumbling with the graphics settings will be hilarious.
It is. It's gonna be great.
Beautiful Monster says. 2TB ain't that good for gaming immo.
It's really not. If he doesn't have any secondary hard drives or even a third, then I mean whatever. Because for example, on the current build that I have a 1 terabyte SSD drive, and then I have 3 other hard drives, each one of them 8 terabytes each. And what am I doing with all that? Don't ask. Don't at me. But just know, just like I'm packing. That's all that needs to be said. That, and there's more than one person who works on these pieces anyway. So they need to make sure everybody has enough space for whatever they do. It's called being generous, Phil. Those people aren't even, those are the fam, but those are really my peoples. Those are really my friends and shit. It's not even my family. Fuck, Phil.
Hate Army says. Huge X on that LMAO.
Agreed.
Greymorn says. Going to be fun when he has to modify .ini files.
He's not doing that. It'd be funny if Kat knows how to and she has to do it. That'd be hilarious.
Anthony says. Kat will use this new PC more than Phil.
Agreed.
Random French Lurker says. He is saying that he is honest. That proves that he is not honest. Phil rule.
True.
Ramza675 says. Didn't he but Xbox version SF6 because he said least input delay?
Yes, he did.
Now PC version is the best LOL, he's having a Street Fighter midlife crisis.
And that's what it's starting to shape up. Because, yet again, all those years that he avoided Street Fighter V, he can sit there and tell you it's a bad game, it didn't launch well, it didn't have all those things, which is true. It wasn't what it should have been when it started off, but it got better over time, which is ironic because Phil tells you, hey, everybody accuses me of all these things I did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever. I've gotten better over time and no one wants to acknowledge that, but he doesn't do it either. And then on top of that, he's bitter. He's bitter that people like Smug, Punk, Justin, Yipes, all these other people built off of Street Fighter V. Well, they already had a strong foundation. But when Street Fighter V was out, they built things for themselves. Like, I was going to save this for my video, but give me a second. Okay, I'm going to save it for my video. I really want to save it for my video, but I'll say this. In the FGC, there's a lot of ways of making money. There's a lot of ways of guys that are starting to make a living for themselves. Whether you're a caster, whether you're an analyst, whether you're a host, whether you're a guest host, like a pre-host, I should say, or a pre-announcer or a post-announcer, so on and so forth. There are so many ways that these guys are making money for themselves, right? That Phil couldn't imagine, and I think Phil desperately wants to be a part of it, so he's playing catch-up. He's essentially using Street Fighter 6 to try to build a name for himself so he can try to get some recognition so his legacy doesn't die out. The thing is no one, very few people, I should say, in the FGC is going to give him any charity. And as long as assholes like myself, Hate Army, Snort Burnell, Snort Hogan, Tevin, guys like that are around, he'll whatever he thinks he has will always be under scrutiny, and by his own actions, he'll always be tarnished. He'll never win. He'll never win. Unless he gets himself up to legendary status on Street Fighter 6, which he won't do. He won't be able to do it. There's not enough scrubs. There's not enough scrubs and or weaker players in Master Rank for him to do so. He's always going to be considered an afterthought, and he can't accept it. His window closed during Street Fighter 5 because a lot of the fundamentals that he needed for Street Fighter 6 was taught, was experienced, was executed and exercised through Street Fighter 5, but he don't see it that way. He just wants to keep his personal prejudice against it. So now he's forced to play catch up by years, and now he's trying to do anything he can to fast track it. It's not going to work.
Diagonal Crunch says, when is DSP getting a new monitor for SF6?
Eventually, because he's gonna run out of excuses. He's going to run out of excuses. It's just a matter of how long will it take. Because he had already thrown all this money on this new PC, allegedly. Is he gonna have enough money to get himself a zero response fucking monitor, or even a monitor / PC hybrid? Because they do have those. We'll see, but time will tell. But he's definitely not going to want to do that now.
Adrad255 says, I'm gonna laugh when he still sucks at SF6.
Agreed.
Auramaster DX says, one game, I don't know why. Meth Bear says, many PC will be used as a hot plate.
Yeah, Jasper's going to have a good time with that.
Hate Army says, I thought all this shit about VRR, HDR, input delay reduction 120 Hz nonsense was to get the best possible performance for Street Fighter. Now we're pretending there's some weird advantage PC over PS5.
In his head, he's already sold himself on it.
Adrad255 says, many PC will collect dust forever.
Unfortunately.
Serpent Thunder says, many PC is going to Kaith.
Actually, I think he probably should just go ahead and give that to her if he's really going to take her rig, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to figure out a way to buy himself another PC, even if it's only a couple $100. You know what I'm saying? Just for something for him to work off of, even though he could do that off the same PC as the gaming rig, but it is what it is. You need to have a separation between snort and state.
Theek Nightmask says, what a good use of money, buying a mini PC for someone who doesn't appreciate it.
Agreed.
Lee McDonald says, that is why Phil fails.
Agreed.
Silent Phoenix says, hell no. Ice Yamamoto says, 2 PC setup.
More than likely.
Kuldrogo says, %100 he do that.
Probably.
Anthony says, Street Fighter 5 is crossover platform.
Is it? Oh, it is. I think for PlayStation and PC, right? I don't think it's on Xbox. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not. I could be wrong, though. Don't hold me to that.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, GTG, that's his plan B.
Great.
Greymorn says, I'm sure SF6 is capped at 60 FPS on console and PC.
I think so too, but you can't tell Phil nothing.
Excalibur 2010 says, he can't use the Street Fighter 6 account from console on PC?
I'm pretty sure he can, but I think he still needs the physical game, though.
Ramza675 says, Phil faking everything like it's WWE, all the arcs end when a new one starts, he's so obvious.
He is. He's very transparent in that way.
Jax Sleekson says, this is insane.
Indeed. I like your icon, though, and whatnot. Courage. Good shit. Too bad they never. If they do reboot Courage the Cowardly Dog. I hope they don't fuck it up like when they do everything else. Because the original is fantastic.
Random French lurker says. Justin Wong uploaded this video of him being destroyed at third strike by this Ken. Losing is fun when you win a lot is what he said. For Phil, losing is not fun. Champion vs Scrub.
Agreed, but Phil's never wins at anything. That's the reason why that is. So Justin's formula still reigns true.
Silent Weapon C8 says.
What's up, Silent Weapon?
Then he'll beg for a $2,000 central air system to keep his office cool.
I'm surprised he hasn't done that yet. But yeah, that gaming PC is going to heat that bitch up. If he thought it was an oven before, it's about to get there now.
Diagonal Crunch says. Just like the pros.
Just like the pros.
Ramza675 says. Wow, he wants to be like pro players.
He does.
Lee McDonald says. Hasn't even contacted his ISP to check his connection.
Very good point.
Lee McDonald says. Right, Phil. Random French lurker says. Oh ho ho Phil, you haven't played on PC. They will have advantages as you say.
Yes they will, no matter what. Because he's so late to the game.
JWusso989 says. GTG, I did the math and he's spent around 3.1k for the best possible SF6 experience. God damn, he's a sucker.
Yes, he is. That's what happens when you're a perpetual fucking consumer, to be honest with you.
Lays Daibo says. Imagine buying a PC out of pure cope. Also big ups GTG.
Big ups. And you're right. It's all out of cope. But then again, this very well may be his last shot. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't, he's going to have to ride Street Fighter 6's life cycle out, and I would assume it's going to be for a few years. So we'll see what happens.
Silent Weapon C8 says. Phil needs a $3,000 PC to finally beat Cammy's and cheating Kens in SF6. Well, Swade says. Jesus Christ, spending 3k in SF6 is crazy for someone who's not even aiming to be pro.
It is.
Endless Synthwave says. Phil's a consumer. He wants everything new, not used.
Agreed.
Ramza675 says. LOL. Ice Yamamoto says. The gear doesn't make the fighter.
It doesn't, but Phil don't know that.
Meth Bear says. He wants to be the fat guy with a cigarette in his mouth who stomps pro fighters with a single effortless hit. Guy lives in a movie.
I do.
Sheer King says. Only positive times ahead.
Hey man, this is going to save the business.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says. GTG, the salt coming from this will be beautiful.
Agreed.
Thiek Nightmask says. You know what they say, envy is the thief of joy. Being this jealous of others and pushing to only look good compared to them will never make the FGC accept him.
The FGC will never accept him. Those times are already long gone. You know what I'm saying? There's too much talent. There's too many people contributing to the community in a way that he never could. He's just a relic and he just can't accept it.
Arizona Mod Gamer says. Golden Triangle Gaming Live, we all know your corn folder is filled with DSP, fake, crying. You ain't fooling nobody.
You got me.
Silent Weapon C8 says. M.2, solid disk drive dude. Razor Sharp says. I don't think it's impossible a dent bought it. DSP has enablers crazy enough to do that. But his story is full of holes.
It really is. And you make a fair point. But his story don't match up.
Ice Yamamoto says. $300 on one game.
On one game. But that shouldn't surprise you with all the money he spent on WWE Champions and WWE Supercard before that. So you're seeing a pattern of addiction. You're seeing a pattern of behavior, I should say, which feeds his addiction. And Street Fighter 6, he may very well think this is his last shot. You guys heard that lame ass shit he said about what he did in Street Fighter, what he did in Elden Ring, and whatever other game he was playing that I give no fucks about. That right there told everything I needed to know, to be honest. But don't be wrong, I expect more to come.
RAF says. If he had friends, they could have helped him to build a PC that is more powerful and cheaper. FML.
Yeah, but yet again, it needs to be top of the line. It needs to be the best. You know what I'm saying? That he can afford, if you will. For him, that's how he values himself, unfortunately. And we live in a day and age where people make things work. People will grab components over time. You don't have to buy everything at once. Not everything needs to be ready made out of the box. But again, if you're a classic consumer, what is it's like me speaking Greek. Like, you know, you're not gonna understand it.
Random French lurker says, he will never be good at Street Fighter. He has zero mind game and never adapts.
Agreed.
He will get destroyed as always.
And that's what happens when you rely on reflexes and reactions and shit. He doesn't have a game plan. He doesn't have anything to really supplement whatever quote-unquote talents he really has. But that's just me preaching to the choir.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, Ice, I might be sleep, but link me to your live anyway.
Nice.
James the Lesser Express Lane says, I got 8.5 terabytes across 4 drives.
Getting the 8 terabyte drives, they only costed like, I got them off Amazon. They only costed like $60 something at the time. I can't remember if they had like some type of sale or something. All I know is I saw it and I was like, yeah, I'm scooping that. So that's I'm scooping a bunch of those and whatnot. And if they were a price mistake, it don't matter. I still got away with it. So womp womp. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, but he's doing this with no common sense.
Yeah, not at all.
Robert Napier says,
What's up, Robert?
The young FGC players will blow him out of the ocean.
Agreed.
Robert Napier says, one of the biggest mistakes he made was not investing time in SFV.
Thank you. Yes, I'm telling you, he was still going to be bad at the game, but he would be in a better spot than he's in now. All he's doing is trying to play catch up, and he has nothing in his corner. Everything in his quote unquote arsenal has already been expunged, or not expunged. Let's not use that. Extinguished. So he's literally running on fumes.
Oathkeeperox's 99 says, it'll be a waste. Limitless potential on PC, all to chase SF and the FGC.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he needs to swallow his pride and go back to RPGs that aren't Western ones.
He should, but he won't. Because he's already chased off everybody in his viewer base or fan base who'd be willing to pay for that.
Random French lurker says, the FGC is big money now. They want to avoid toxicity in general. Phil is a no-go anyway. Agreed.
And that's another thing too, and that's the problem. Like, even if he tries to clean up his act, quote unquote, and get in there, people will see how disingenuous he is. You know what I'm saying? And then getting him around large groups of people, how uncomfortable he's going to be. Just imagine you being Phil and you looking out into the crowd, and you have thousands of people, and in his head, how many people are detractors? Like, that shit right there scares the fuck out of him. That shit scares the shit out of him. I guarantee it. That's why he's never going to go to a major. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see him going to locals, to be honest. I mean, maybe he will show up, though, maybe. But I think he'd be way too scared.
Robert Napier says, random French lurker toxicity is bad for PR.
Agreed.
Lee McDonald says, still haven't called the ISP. Paul J. Brazel Jr. says, hell, GTG James, look at how he acted when he double perfect a Cammy player. He went crazy on it.
Yeah, he did. I saw that.
Filthy Gaijin says, at this point he should just be a PC/Switch streamer.
He should. And yet again, he's going to need to start dual streaming. If we have time, I'll show you a video made by a content creator who I watch a lot of my tech stuff from. Not all of them, but most of it. And a new program that came out a few months ago that makes dual streaming a lot easier from OBS. He started to talk about it, and I really wanted to wait and see what his opinion is. And it's no easier. It's easier now to do it on one PC than it's ever been. But him and Wings need to do it. They need to just man the fuck up and go back to Twitch, even if it's unpaid, because they need to keep their names alive. But they probably won't until they're forced to, and then by then it may be too late.
Ice Yamamoto says, I want to point out that when Baijin was announced, he said he played like SF5 and he wasn't interested in playing with him. Funny we went back on that.
Agreed. That's a good point.
Robert Napier says, Golden Triangle Gaming live how long before he breaks the PC?
It depends on the brand. It depends on the brand. I need to know the brand. I need to know the specs. I don't know if it'll last as long as the Cyberpower joint that he had. Even though pre-builds are arguably better than they were a decade ago or whatever the case may be, parts are flimsy, things happen, your environment does have an effect on your PC parts and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see, man. You're taking something brand new and throwing it into a pig pen. I don't expect too much, but a few years, you know what I'm saying? If he gets 3 to 5 out of it, probably won't be too bad. Is he going to be willing to upgrade the graphics though, or not the graphics, but the parts and stuff? It's stuff like that. Whatever it is, he won't get the life. He won't get all the life out of it that he got out of the Cyberpower PC. But at least for right now, I can't really give you an honest opinion until I get the specs.
Silent Weapon C8 says, Phil has plenty of styrofoam in the garage to put the PC on.
He does.
Auramaster DX says, but I thought PC players were cheating, according to Phil.
That was just Phil's excuse in the moment. Now that he's over there, it's not cheating, guys. I just misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? They had an advantage over me, and I considered that cheating. Just like how Wings runs around in fucking Rainbow Six, crying about people that are on keyboard and mouse are cheaters, even though they're not. That's like me saying that everybody who runs around with keyboard and mouse on Call of Duty is a fucking cheater, even though I have cross-play on, and a lot of people who are on console play on keyboard and mouse. Not cheating, it is what it is.
Anthony says, DSP will put that mini eBay on eBay with his signature and it will make billions LOL.
That's funny.
Dave B says, it's on Xbox.
On Xbox. Oh, it is on Xbox. I think you're talking about Street Fighter 5. I think.
Anthony says, DSP will put that mini PC on eBay with his signature and it will make billions LOL.
I'll play the message twice. My fault. That's funny though.
Almighty Gookie says, Phil wasn't even good in Street Fighter 4.
He wasn't.
He refused to adapt and only used tactics from 2.
Agreed.
Almighty Gookie says, he can use his Capcom ID but that doesn't transfer character ranks.
You're right! Because when he was on Xbox and he went over to PlayStation, sorry about that. When he went over to PlayStation, he had to start over. And that's the only reason why his win-loss percentage went up. Because he started over on a whole nother console. I remember talking about that. So yeah, so he's gonna try to use PC to further pad his win-loss rate. Oh wow. Good catch, Almighty. Good catch. I didn't even think about that.
Sunspot Gallery says, PC is gonna need a new fight stick.
Eventually.
Robert Napier says, Almighty Gookie he still uses SF2 ST tactics in SF6. He never adapted.
That's true.
The Bentatorship says, what are we gonna do when there's still input lag and still dropped inputs on this high-end gaming PC?
Well, we know the controller's gonna get beat the fuck up. That's for sure.
Jesse Green 619 says, like he did with Powerpuff Girls. Zach Bell 05 says, how long till he blames the PC for being weak?
We'll see.
Zion Artwork says, so can he at least use all his fight sticks on PC?
Well, as you know, his second fight stick is out of commission. So the Xbox One and the newest one he bought, they should work. And if anything, he would need an adapter, but he's gonna say it's gonna add input delay. He shouldn't have a problem, but we'll see. Well, like I said, I need to see what the specs of his PC.
Goldrogo says, if he gets used to operate a PC, which he won't, he will be the biggest PC master race guy and keep insulting the console players.
While still playing on console. Good point, though.
Almighty Gookie says, so all the pros who play on consoles are idiots in Phil's mind, I guess.
Agreed. Yeah, and all the pros who are playing on PC are cheaters.
Dwight Race says,
What's up, Dwight?
I am here.
Big ups, man. Welcome. It's been a minute.
Dwight Race says, big up GTG and chat.
Big ups.
Findle says, you have to also add up the price of his 2 sticks he got Tor SF6.
Yeah, so that definitely throws the price up there. So I mean, someone will give us an estimate when we go through the Snort Burnell video, but he's definitely at, well, once we find out what the actual price of the PC is. But I wouldn't be surprised if he had thrown $300 on each version of the, well, $600, no, not even that, like $900 on sticks. And that's if you don't believe that someone bought the Xbox stick. So 3, 6, 9 plus the copies of the games themselves. That puts us at 12, 13. Then the PC, we could be up to $4,000 initially.
Ice Yamamoto says, I'll get you, Paul. You in the Discord, right?
Yeah, that's about Yamamoto's streams, Paul. But I'm late, so I'm sure you've heard that.
Jesse Green 619 says, might help if updated window fill.
That's true too, Jesse. He may want to start updating Windows on a regular basis if he wants to get the best performance possible.
Aura Master DX says, why was he so mad at SFV again?
He was mad at Street Fighter V because he thought it was going to be the second coming of Super Turbo. And it wasn't. And then he saw all these young guys coming up out of nowhere, all these no-namers, as he likes to call it, who were making names for themselves on YouTube and Twitch, and were being brought up to announce and stuff at tournaments or whatever, and it was irking him. Because he looked at them as actual nobodies, and he was like, why did they get a chance and he didn't? But really, it's because it was the second coming of Super... He thought it was going to be the second coming of Super Turbo, and it wasn't.
Dwight Race says, DSP is about to turn his room into a sweatbox with 2 PCs running and a bunch of consoles running 24/7. The mold in his room will grow at a faster pace.
Agreed.
Robert Napier says, a lot of the crowd will be either Asians or blacks that will have chewing his fingernails off.
Yeah, they really are.
Zion Artwork says, he should have taken a shot at Evo when it was online only. No way he's going to any tournament IRL.
I agree with that too, 100%. Because how's he gonna? No one's gonna is gonna give him like additional protection. He's out of touch with everybody that's there, and even the OGs don't really know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has nobody essentially, and he's not gonna walk around with Cat. Is he really gonna show up with his wife waddling around and shit? I don't think he's gonna do that. But who could say?
Ramza 675 says, funny when he played the SF collection games, only Gojidinks and like 10 other people were playing that game in the world. Phil's legacy in a nutshell.
Agreed.
Ice Yamamoto says, I use Restream for dual streaming, but if there is something better, I'm open.
Okay. Actually, we'll get to the Snort Burnell video, and then after that, I'll see if I can show you this video right here. Actually, you know what? If you give me just a second, I might be able to link it down in the yeah, I can. Give me just a second. I can actually link this down in the chat.
So a new multi-streaming plugin for OBS just came.
Shit, I can. Okay, I got it. Okay. I see what I. Yeah, that would be so much easier if I. I like using the app. Okay. Anyway, here, let me post this in the chat for you guys real fast. For any of you guys who might be interested in dual streaming, like I said, you can use it right through OBS. Like I said, it's still new. It's going to be buggy a little bit, but I see a lot of promise in it, and I hope to actually try it myself later on down the line. So it is what it is. Oh, my chat doesn't pop out. Why is that? Help! Okay. Let's pop this out. I already had that out there. Let me drop this for you. And like I said, it's by a guy named Nutty. I'm a big fan of his channel, to be honest with you. So if it's something you guys are interested in, take a look. You know what I'm saying? You can try it out yourself. It's free. So, you know what I'm saying? Who doesn't like free? Let me throw some snort bucks in the chat for y'all as well. It's been a while. Like I said, big ups to you guys. Okay, let me... Like I said, if the link doesn't work, let me know, and I'll send you another one. Just in case that one doesn't come through. Okay, and let's get back to... let's see. Let's get back to that. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let me finish up these last few, and then let's get into this video.
Hate Army says, for all we know, he might drop something on the PC as he's unboxing it, the same way he did with the PS5, dropping the controller on it.
Yeah, I remember when he scuffed that PS5 too, when he first got it. That's a good point.
Silent Weapon C8 says, it'll eventually overheat from Phil leaving it on 24/7.
Actually, Silent Weapon, you brought up a good point. Someone else earlier on did too. But with his laptop, I think it was yesterday, he was mad because Windows basically logged everything out, probably to update itself, and then he had to figure out how to get back in. And that makes me believe that some of his old passwords that we know about, he's still using. And that's why he keeps everything on. So I'm anxious to see how long is he going to burn, how long is he going to let that new gaming PC run until it burns out. That's actually a very good point. But I think that was something a lot of you guys were alluding to early on.
Excalibur 2010 says, Philly boy said he was going to place the new PC on cardboard on the floor. I'm ready to hear the PC stop working from overheating.
Yeah, he should just go ahead and get one of those risers off Amazon, like 10, 15 bucks. You could do that, so this way it promotes proper airflow.
Oathkeeperox's 99 says, I give it 5 months, enough to collect dust since he keeps it on all the time, barely used.
Agreed.
Anthony says, he made $billions of dollars from the empty game cases that he sold back in the day. Jesse Green 619 says, going get mad at that. Ramza 675 says,
sorry, I had a delay there.
Someone's gonna have to set up a shelter for those battered fighting sticks he abuses trying to play Masters.
Nope.
Lee McDonald says, there's a tweet by Phil saying I-14. Classic Takin DSP. Oathkeeperox's 99 says,
Oh shit.
My gaming laptop runs Reload ADN 1.5 plus 2.5 games very well, and I'm used a used DualShock 4 controller and a used Xbox One controller.
Big ups.
Auramaster DX says, KEKA. Random French Lurker says, Phil will have an excuse to break scrubs at low level. His favorite thing. Phil will be happy to play bronze players all day. Antithesis of the game.
Read. Let me see if this actually works. I've never actually tried this.
Nightbot says, follow Jaydabee on link.
All right, nice. That's Asian GTG for some of you guys who don't.
Iron Torch 20 says, Arturo was his last real connection.
Agreed. And Arturo ain't sat there and shit the bed by fucking over Dominion and for what, $3,500 or whatever it is, which is unfortunate. I really thought Arturo was better than that, especially since he ain't known him and Dominion go back 20 plus goddamn years. So
Dwight Race says, GTG, what are the odds DSP is gonna blow a fuse with all that hardware running in one room?
It's pretty high, to be honest with you. It's pretty high. Because this PC is probably not going to have liquid coolant or anything like that. So, and he has poor circulation in that office already. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Ice Yamamoto says, thank you GTG.
Yeah, no problem. Glad I can help.
Almighty Gookie says, Arturo scam Shay no have an ass chang.
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Auramaster DX says, Phil, you took everything from me FGC, I don't even know who you are. Ice Yamamoto says, it works.
Good shit.
Lee McDonald says, imagine Phil playing a NASCAR game on 100% race length.
Oof.
Almighty Gookie says, Steel Turo scam Shay.
Oh.
Athrun 82 says, apparently the processor is prone to heat strokes. If he treats the new PC like his old hardware, I expect a screw PC's rant.
We got insurance on that bitch.
Anthony says, I wonder how many DSP custom gamepad were sold back in the day.
Fair question. All right, guys, let's bring you into this Snort Burnell video as I promised. And let's see what we can make out of this. Big ups to Snort Burnell. And on to the funnies. Something here. Ooh, here we go.
Pig. What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Is he a piggy? Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
And if you're a DSP, I didn't even need to do it from there like that, but if you're a DSP fan, that's literally what it is. You're literally, it's 24/7 Captain Save-A-Ho for someone who doesn't even believe in the values that he's trying to get you guys to believe in. I never understood why people would fall for that. That's just so bizarre to me.
Someone has actually been waiting in the wings, all right, this year to do something. And this person has been waiting to do this for a very good reason, all right? Let me tell you a story. Okay? Over the last 14 months, 13 months that I've been playing, 14 months that I've been playing Street Fighter 6. All right? I've been having a lot of issues because I always felt like for some reason I was behind the 8 ball with this game.
If that's the case, then why didn't he buy you the new arcade stick? Why didn't he buy you the new copy for when you jump from Xbox to PlayStation? He can't answer none of those questions, dude.
Now, it wasn't until recently that I got a new capture device, right? And I started playing the game at 120 hertz, 60 frames, input delay removed, all things maxed out on my PS5 that I feel like I've eliminated the vast majority of input delay in Street Fighter 6 on my PS5. And since I did, if you didn't notice, I got a lot better at the game.
He really didn't, by the way. Because someone was asking me on one of the previous streams what I felt about that. I feel like he hasn't actually improved. He's exactly where he's at. He's exactly where he needs to be, so to speak. I don't feel like his gameplay has gotten better since he's eliminated certain things. I feel like he's still in the exact same spot. It's just placebo on his part. He's just doing whatever he can to make himself not look like a further failure. And I think this PC will prove it.
I started playing at a higher level. I was winning matches in Master and rising in the Master ranking points, okay? So.
Yeah, if you bang your head up against the concrete wall long enough, that'll happen. So that doesn't prove anything. Just like how he said, oh, look at all these scrubs that are in Master rank. If you play the game long enough, you'll eventually get there. So it has nothing to do with skill. Well, that applies to you too, idiot. Right? Right? Right.
Yeah, I was kicking butt. And I'm like, damn, this is good. Still, though, you know, when I play against people who are on PC, you could say, well, they might still have a slight advantage. We don't know, right? You don't know if the PC version must be the penultimate version. Not penultimate, the ultimate version. Because that's the one everyone's using who's a pro. Like, literally every pro player plays this game on PC, right? And so, basically what happened was, back on Friday.
And I agree with Snort Burnell on this, even though I've kind of already said it too. His obsession with Street Fighter 6 and being recognized by the pro community is going to eventually be his undoing. Because he's not good enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he knows he's not good enough. That's why he has to compensate by spending all this money to get the best controllers possible, to get the PC, to get different versions of the game. And it's only going to hurt him. And I'm here for it, so, you know, I'm not going to stop him. But you're only hurting yourself. At the end of the day, DSP fucked over DSP. It's not going to be Tevin. It's not going to be, you know, Raw Phil or Pop or Piece of Peace or anybody else. It's going to be you. You were the one who did yourself dirty. From the jump. You played yourself. Everybody sees it but you. But this is his last shot. Because last time I checked, Street Fighter 6 isn't on Nintendo Switch. So once we're done, we're done.
I played Street Fighter 6 on my late stream Friday Night Fights. And all of a sudden, I realize all master points have been reset. So I worked my butt off to get my Bison to the highest rank possible that I have gotten him so far, which is like 1,600 some points. And climbing, I'm still on the way up, right? And then they reset everything.
And see, that's telling too. Let me bring that part back for you guys real fast.
To the highest rank possible that I have gotten him so far, which is like 1,600 some points. And climbing, I'm still on the way up.
And that's how he views himself on YouTube and probably on Twitch, because eventually he's going to have to make that move over there. I know a lot of people think he's going to go to Kick. I don't see that. I think he really wants to go back to Twitch. He still believes that despite all the shortcomings, all the setbacks of his own doing, by the way, but of course it'll be a detractor, troll, hater, or critic that has to take the blame for that. He's still on the way up. He just needs that one game. He just needs that one opportunity. He needs just that one look from somebody of prominence to get him where he needs to be. And the truth is, that's not true. You're lying to yourself. There are too many talented motherfuckers out here for some lame ass dude like this piece of shit right here to ice skate his ass uphill. It's just not going to happen.
Right? And then they reset everything.
And then keep in mind, just to prove how behind he is, remember how I was saying how all these players are transitioning into being analysts, casters, being announcers, stuff like that? That's where some of these guys have gone. These guys have reached the pinnacle, well, not the pinnacle, but they've gone extremely far as players, and now they're transitioning into another part of this FGC game. What is DSP's dumbass doing? Still trying to prove his worth as a player. That's pretty sad, man. Pretty sad.
And that really upset me. It did, because I worked hard to get that high, and for them to just hit the reset button and get me back to square one is a very frustrating thing. So, when that happened, someone contacted me and said, here's the deal. This person is a longtime viewer and fan who has been looking to do something for a while. They were actually waiting for me to do the PC transition, the PC migration from this PC to my wife's PC, and then they were going to contact me about this. But I recently said, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Okay? In addition, they saw that these master points basically reset. All right? Getting me back to zero, essentially, square one, starting over at master rank with all of my characters in Street Fighter 6. And so, in light of the fact that I'm not doing the migration and all my master points reset in Street Fighter 6, they contacted me with an offer.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
An offer to donate a gaming PC. Okay? Now, let's clarify some things. Okay? This is not a used, outdated gaming PC that's been sitting around that probably has backdoors.
And now that I think about it, he kind of exposed himself yet again. I didn't catch it the first time around in the memology rendition of this. But because all of his characters in Master Rank got reset back down to base 1500, I guess, or whatever. It was after that when this supposed fan reached out to him to give him a new PC. This is cope. He's literally coping. Which only further proves that he bought the damn thing himself. Because he needed to reward himself. He basically is like, I've gotten as far as I can on PS5. I have no choice but to go to PC. Now that all my characters have been reset, this is my justification for doing it. I almost missed that. Big ups to Snort Burnell on that. Good shit.
And keyloggers installed on it that they decided to send to me. That was a different situation entirely that we will not talk about today because that's not this situation. This is an actual PC that will be brand new, purchased from a reputable business, and sent directly to me. Okay?
Oh my god, he's drinking toxic toilet juice.
It's on the way, and it's coming on Monday. Okay, you ready? Here.
And then the timing of it. So it's showing up on Monday, so you can play Street Fighter on Monday, and just happens to be the day before you're supposed to be on Kino Casino on Tuesday. Imagine that.
Here's some of the specs in this thing. An Intel Core i7 14700KF processor. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. That's the processor. Okay? The graphics card. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super. What does that mean? I don't know. What? I don't know. What is that?
Just like Snort Burnell here, there's actually a couple of different people on Twitter that are speculating on what the model is. If you guys follow Agent Proper, for example, he has one, maybe two different models that he thinks it might be too. So there's a lot of interesting theories floating around on the Detractor Twitter right now. Big ups.
Ti Super. What does that mean? I don't know. What? I don't know. What is that? Ti Super? Okay then. All right. Let's see.
Oh shit! Actually, hold on a second. I gotta bring you guys back in for this real fast because someone actually brought up a fantastic point. Who was that? I think it was Night Mask. Let's go ahead and tap him in.
Thiek Nightmask says, hold on, whenever someone said they'd buy something for him in order to see him play something, he turns it down because he doesn't take demands, but he's cool with getting a free PC for SF6?
Yeah. Like I just happened to look over at the chat and I saw that shit. That's pretty interesting, ain't it? That would almost make him a hypocrite, wouldn't it? Semantics.
32 gigabytes of DDR5 5600 MT per second RGB RAM. So 3200 gigabytes of RGB colored RAM. Glowing RAM. Right? Sure.
And you know the reason, and I'm thinking about this yet again. That's the reason why I have to watch multiple videos multiple times, because you always catch something new. Why is he sitting there acting like, oh, this colored RAM? Colored RAM. He couldn't have said lidded RAM, LCD, LED, colored, whatever. This colored RAM that it has or whatever. It does that not match his background? He has LCD lights in the background on the floor. He has his little picture there that lights up. This kind of, he has the Pac-Man ghost thing light in the background. This actually matches his entire setup. So why is he acting like, well, what the fuck do I need that for? I think it might be too much. Even though you bought it for a reason. You should think.
A 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe PCIe Gen 4 SSD.
You know they've been a lousy sideshow, bozo.
It's good to have a 2 terabyte SSD, I guess. Right? So, anyway, Syndicator says the 4070 Ti can easily play most modern games at up to 100 to 120 plus frames at high settings. I have it. It's a beast. Elliot says, yes, those specs are really good. Right? What brand and all that? You'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day, because now tomorrow is completely different than what it was originally going to be. All right? So, oh no, I'm absolutely, positively, 100% sure this is real. This is someone who I trust. This 100% is happening. Okay?
I'm the one. Me, Ree.
So, tomorrow's main stream is waiting for this PC to be delivered. In the meantime, I will play some Street Fighter 6 on PS5. So we'll kill time with Street Fighter 6 waiting for the PC to arrive.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think I saw someone post this up on Twitter. But I saw they had the, it was the black case instead of that one. Here, let me see if they can show it further. Yeah, I actually like that case too, by the way. Yeah, I kind of agree with Snort Burnell on it. That might actually be it. I would have gotten the case in black, though, instead of white. But it doesn't matter. His room's so fucking disgusting anyway. It doesn't really mean anything. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good-looking case, though. Here, I'll pause that for anybody who wants to take a good look at it.
Who cares? Here's the thing. Who cares what my detractors say? Oh, your detractors are saying you bought the PC. Let them say whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Right? Even if I bought it, it wouldn't matter.
Why would you say that, though? Like, you can't say... See, that's what I'm saying. This is what makes lolcows lolcows. If you didn't buy it, you should have said, I didn't buy it. It was from a trusted fan or whatever the fuck you want to call it. A trusted Gestapo member, whatever, and whatnot, and just keep it pushing. Don't ever sit there and say, what if I did buy it? You don't ever do that. Innocent people don't say shit like that. You know what I mean? Innocent people don't say stuff like that.
So what are they arguing about? All they're arguing about, oh, he's being dishonest. Who cares? It doesn't matter if I bought it or not. I didn't buy it, but it doesn't matter if I bought it or not. I'm pretty much to the point where, yeah, I'm financially destitute. It sucks. So it is what it is. If you're dumb and you don't believe anything I say, then you're always going to say what I said is a lie. Good for you. Sit and spin on a cactus. I don't give a fuck about you, right? I'm happy. I'm getting something amazing gifted to me tomorrow, and it's going to directly benefit all streams moving forward. All gameplay quality will be improved. No input lag.
I want you to see another thing, too.
Then you're always going to say what I said is a lie. Good for you. Sit and spin on a cactus. I don't give a fuck about you, right? I'm happy. I'm getting something amazing gifted to me tomorrow, and it's going to
Now, normally, he would have his hooves up and front facing the way he does now, right? That right there usually signifies that he's confident what he's saying, whether it's a lie or not. Watch this.
Directly benefit all streams moving forward. All gameplay quality will.
Now you see how he's closed one hand in or one hoof in and the other one still is kind of like diagonal? He's losing his confidence. I noticed that a couple of years ago, but I didn't see a need to call it out because, I figured a bunch of people kind of saw what I saw or whatever, or that his hooves hurt, so it is what it is. But I've noticed that a lot lately, especially when he gets pushed back on shit. You know what I'm saying? He starts off with his hooves front facing, like he's above it, he doesn't care, it doesn't hurt him. But as he starts to lose more and more confidence, he'll curve his hooves in towards him, like he's trying to protect himself. Kind of lame. And it's kind of lame for me sitting there giving it that much thought, but what are you going to do?
Will be improved. No input lag, better visuals, everything more responsive, top of the line stuff, right? This is so cool. I'll be honest, I don't really care about the looks of this PC. You're going to see when it shows up, you're like, what the hell is that? And I'm going to be like, yeah, it's a weird PC.
And see, the thing is, there's really nothing weird about that. It's because it doesn't fit his normal 1876 standards, I guess, is why he thinks it's weird. But then that also shows his lack of imagination, his lack of creativity. Like, there's a level of functionality with a case like that, and he don't see it or he don't understand it, so it has to be weird. It has to be bad. But because it does something that he wants, it's good. But it still can be bad. And that goes back to what I said earlier on in the stream about how he's so hardwired to shit on everything that he doesn't know how to show any real positivity anymore. He's hardwired into shitting on everything, even if he don't understand it. And actually, it's because he don't understand it, or it doesn't make sense to him, is the reason which further justifies why he does it. You see that in his DSP Reacts bullshit, where why do all these videos have all these views? I don't understand it. How is this funny? This, that, and the third. Not everybody's like you. And that's the thing that hurts him the most. And I also think that's the reason why he's so invested in Street Fighter 6. He honestly believes there's a place for him in the FGC. I don't think so. But he honestly believes there's a place in the FGC and he's willing to spend whatever he can to get there. But we'll see. We got $2,200 to spend on this, but we can't catch up on our taxes, by the way, which he's still on a payment plan for. Imagine that.
This guy, he picked me a weird one. But it's going to be so powerful, I don't care what it looks like, right? It looks like a big turd for all I care. If it runs games high-end, who gives a shit, right? But it's not. It's going to actually look very impressive, supposedly.
You can see his lack of confidence. People aren't buying it.
Sperm?
So tomorrow's going to be interesting, all right? So, guys, by the way, we went late. I want to do quick shout-outs, and we got to get ready to adjourn the show. What sucks now is, so this was an amazing podcast with this announcement, right? It blew your mind as much as it's blown mine. I never expected this. This is all wild stuff, okay? Very excited for this, obviously. It means the majority of games I'm playing will be on PC moving forward. Yeah. So, by the way, it's just for PC gaming. I'm not using this for capturing and streaming. I still have plans eventually to migrate from my old PC to my wife's PC, and that will be a dedicated PC for just capturing and streaming. I will not play games on it. That will be the capture stream PC, and this new monster rig will be my gaming PC, okay? This is what we've wanted forever. This is what we talked about ages ago. That most...
And see, this goes back to what I said earlier about how it needs to be, quote-unquote, gifted by someone in the community, by a longtime fan or whatever, to keep people's confidence up, to keep investing in them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at this person. They stepped up, and look at how the quote-unquote quality of the stream is going to be. You have to keep investing in me because it's the only way change will ever really happen. And that's just what it is. That's the narrative. But name a detractor, troll, hater, or critic that you've ever seen or heard do this. Name one. That's all I want is one. Name one who you've heard go on massive fucking begs like this.
Streamers who do high-end gaming have two PCs. Well, I'm
See? Exposed himself.
The rig will be my gaming PC, okay? This is what we've wanted forever. This is what we talked about ages ago. That most streamers who do high-end gaming have two PCs. Well, I'm finally going to have that. How cool is that, right?
Phil's a scam artist. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Still has indoctrinated children.
This outro is
sending him money,
fantastic. Snortburnell's outro is
blatantly
great.
milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.
Oh boy, like I said, that Snortburnell's outro is fantastic, and it yet again it only continues to prove what people have been telling you. All right, chat. Here, let me see if I can bring up this. Let me see if I can at least show you guys this one video. I won't show it all to you, but at least I can throw the here. Let me throw the link back in the description for you real fast, or in the chat, and then you guys can check it out if you guys are interested in dual streaming. This will be more than likely the way I decide to go about it when I try it out. Absolutely, big ups to Snortburnell. Big fucking ups to Snortburnell. Oh no. Okay, right there. All right, so that's the video in question. And let me see if I can bring you guys in on it really fast, and then we'll tap in with the chat one more time, and then I will let you guys go because it's almost showtime. So let's see here. Okay, so let me bring you guys in for this. Okay, this is Nutty. This is their channel. Whatnot. And let's go ahead and click on that. And here's the video right here. Here, I'll set you guys in on it.
Just came out yesterday. It's called Anthem Multi-Stream. It's made by the same people that made Anthem Vertical, and this is the new standard for multi-streaming going forward. If you're looking to stream on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all at the same time, this is going to be the way that you want to do it. Even TikTok, assuming TikTok stops being assholes and lets us have stream keys. This plugin adds a new dock to OBS where you can add all your different accounts for all your different platforms, and you just pick the ones you want to go live on, and you're done. You can even stream to different platforms at completely different quality settings. So if you want to stream on YouTube at 4K but 720p for Twitch, you'll be able to do that. Which also means you can send different audio tracks to different platforms. So let's just say you want to play copyrighted music on Twitch because nobody gets in trouble for that, right? But you don't want that music to go out to YouTube because their copyright system is a lot more aggressive. That's also possible here, except I don't endorse that. Warner Bros, put your lawyers away. Now, this isn't a service like Restream.io where you need to send your stream to a middleman server and then they just mirror your stream to your selected platforms. This plugin sends your stream directly to each platform. So you will need to have a faster internet connection, which is why I just upgraded my internet 30 minutes ago and I'm waiting for them to switch me over. Fuck you, Telstra. I'm going with Superloop now. But as long as your connection is fast enough, you can stream to like 5 Twitch accounts, 6 YouTube accounts, 3 TikTok accounts. The only limitation will be how fast your internet is. And because this isn't a service, you don't have to pay a single cent for this. This is completely free. So let me show you how to set this plugin up, and then later we'll talk about some exciting new changes that may be coming to Twitch going forward. But first, thank you once again, VIP SCD Keys, for sponsoring this video. Guys, if you need a
And there you go. That gives you guys, like I said, that's the start of it. I've dropped the link in the description. Check it out. See what you guys think. Like I said, this thing has been in the works for a while. And like I said, I heard about it a few months ago. So the fact that Nutty's choosing to cover it makes a lot of sense. There's another guy named Michael Fry Jr., who I like to watch also. He hasn't spoken about it yet, but I'm pretty confident that he will eventually. So that's the thing. All right, chat. Let me tap in with you guys one more time, and then it's time to let y'all go. Like I said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's a little longer than I thought, but we're at the 3-4 hour mark. That's like a standard GTG stream, as you guys know. Big ups to everybody who showed up. And, all right, DX, you're going to start the ball off for us. So let me hit this. Let's go.
Aura Master DX says, Phil acting like it's written in Chinese. Grim Phantomile says, overcompensating again, Phil. Oathkeeperoxes 99 says, I'm a noob to spec and I do modeling with Unreal and I know specs a little bit.
Nice.
Lee McDonald says. Phil double standards Burnell.
Yep.
Curtis Angus says. Heads up DSP just found out his PC will overheat. Lee McDonald says. 3200 GB. Phil, stop. Excalibur 2010 says. He probably just bought a cheap Chinese PC that will keep crashing because he bought it on Amazon.
That could be.
Auramaster DX says. He has a bright ass Wolverine doll. Ramza675 says. His hairline.
What's left of it?
Anthony says. Did he even go to the store to look at this PC before he brought online?
Nope.
Oathkeeperoxes99 says. For what? He's not going to buy more games.
Agreed.
Dwight Race says. Why does he keep flexing about lights that no one in his chat is going to see? This dude is lame and he's just trying to bait children and dance.
Unfortunately, that is very true. He does want that child audience back, which is creepy as fuck if you think about it.
Oathkeeperoxes99 says. I hope he bricks it.
I hope he bricks it too. Clown face. Big ups.
Auramaster DX says. Shouldn't it have the brand name on the list of specs?
Should, but he doesn't.
Lee McDonald says.
He's not reading it anyway.
Really, Phil? Lee McDonald says. That's overcompensation cranked to 11.
Great.
Megamanal Rick 16 says. $2,000.
$2,000.
Dwight Race says. He's gonna bitch about having Windows 11.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hilarious to see how he deals with Windows 11. That's just gonna be funny.
Lee McDonald says. Private Snafu Phil Burnell. Jesse Green 619 says. Why Upset once said that?
Good point.
Auramaster DX says. If I did it, OJ.
Exactly. Exactly.
Lee McDonald says. I had to lie to protect my family. Phil's own words.
I wonder how he's gonna explain the cat. Never mind. He's gonna lie to cat like he lies to the rest of us. A fan bought it for me, honey. That's what it was. Really? Why does it say billing address on this shipping label? I can't wait for him to explain that to cat. Make sure you guys have the eagle eye for that when he opens that box up.
Excalibur 2010 says. Gifted to himself.
Agreed.
Grim Phantomile says. So much for transparency, Phil? Lee McDonald says. All streams. How, Phil? Megamanal Rick 16 says. No input lag isn't gonna stop the excuses of pattern scrubs or bad netcode,
Really
Phil.
not. Really not.
Excalibur 2010 says. Kino Casino noticed something that I haven't heard anyone say.
What's that?
His piggy eyes show despair and someone who is stressed the fuck out.
Huh. Here, let me play your message one more time.
Excalibur 2010 says. Kino Casino noticed something that I haven't heard anyone say. His piggy eyes show despair and someone who is stressed the fuck out.
I think that's something that we all see and whatnot, to be honest with you. But that's a pretty good observation on their part. But I think that's something we're all pretty much in tune with. It's just a normal day for us. It may be new to them, but we've all seen it.
Lee McDonald says. Hashtag DS positivity is dead.
Sure.
Auramaster DX says. Almost has the style of Apple computers, things he should know the look of. Megamanal Rick 16
I get that
says.
joke. That's funny.
Gaming PCs have had non-standard case designs for years. Anyone remember the PC that looks like a Sonic sneaker?
With Metroflex, I get a free.
Yes, actually.
Oathkeeperoxes99 says. Again, if he plays more than SFVI. Don't even criticize players of games like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail, they getting that bag, go off kings and queens. He's going to only play SFVI.
Agreed. Actually, I heard that Genshin is going through some shit right now, though. Give me just a second. Jesus Christ. Okay. Had to get that prepared and shit. Fucking that. You know what's funny? Because I remember distinctly Meerkat saying that he found an alternative to YouTube Music, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what that shit's called. I wish I did, because I'd like to try it. But he said that a few months back. I'll go back through some of his old streams and I'll find it. But I'd like to try it to see what that is. Anyway, let's continue. Ooh. Agreed. Oh, that's so fucked up. I thought about that too just now. I was say we can throw almost $4,000 at Street Fighter 6, but we can't take our wife on vacation, a staycation even, like we did with Panda. Wow. Indeed. When he answers that, let me know. FGC is all he values, man. Come on, man. Jasper doesn't have any more value than Cat does, to be honest with you. Indeed. Yes, sir. Good point. Nah, Phil wants to be just like everybody else. I've been saying that. Ooh. The excuse. Yep. One does what one can. Oh, shit. Which is dumb, yeah. It's just a waste. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that 1700. We'll see how that goes. Sure. Bad personality. Sure. That's cool. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming out. Agreed. And which is funny because you already had that with Dialophone, theoretically, but he only took. It's funny because I feel like he only heard what he wanted to hear from Dialophone and he disregarded the rest. And I think he was embittered by the fact that everybody was shitting on him in Dilophone's chat or in his comment section, and Dialophone didn't do anything about it. So he tried to cut all that engagement off, which is lame on DSP's part. That's super fucking lame that he did that shit. Because Dialophone didn't do shit to you, to be honest. So for you to be a dickhead like that is just par for the course. Mm-hmm. Keep poaching from the fucking fan base. Indeed. Oh shit! I just
Tim
saw that.
Snortons, and Hard Times Gin and Tonic.
Oh, hard snorts, but I like the hard time part. My fault. I just caught that.
Dwight Race says. No sound on TDS.
I got you. I got you.
Lee McDonald says. Lost the sound of the AI voice.
Ow!
Random French lurker says. Diaphone reacted to some DSP stuff, and this is funny because Diaphone is the kind of FGC streamer with ambition. Trying content, collaboration, events, good at the games, and already positioned for 2xKO.
Yep, and he's and keep in mind though too, he coaches as well. Most people forget that. He actually does coaching too. So he actually has pretty good ratings from what I've been told.
Both Keeperox's 99 says. Also, if he putting that PC on a Yen 10 Dirge protector, expect a fire. I need fire, I mean, Pujusper, he doesn't need to die, car T2. Lee McDonald says. Waiting for Phil's PC. BornTube Noob says. We can't hear TDS.
Let's see here. We can... A second, I can actually... Well, we can go back to a point. Let's see here. Go back to a point. Let's do this. Then... Yeah, here, we can do this.
Excalibur 2010 says. Kino Casino noticed something that I haven't heard anyone say. His piggy eyes show despair and someone who is stressed the fuck out. Lee McDonald says. Hashtag DS positivity is dead.
Let's see, let's hop around.
Auramaster DX says. Almost has the style of Apple computers, things he should know the look of.
This shit's just as funny the second time around.
Megamanal Rick 16 says. Gaming PCs have had non-standard case designs for years. Anyone remember the PC that looks like a Sonic sneaker?
Mm-hmm. I saw somebody, someone did a, well, a company I should say, they did a PC build for Diablo 4, and they made it look like actually like a treasure chest and shit, and it had like 2 orbs. That shit was fire looking. I actually put in for that sweepstakes shit. I didn't win, but the person who did win, they definitely deserved it and shit, because they're like a cosplayer, and it fits their motif, so can't be mad at that. But it was cool as hell though. If I can find a picture of it, I will. Why not? Or do I pull a DSP and say, "Oh, I got the story from Twitter. I can't remember where it's at."
Again, if he plays more than SFVI, don't even criticize players of games like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. They getting that bag. Go off kings and queens. He's going to only play SFVI. Wooden Ox says. Disgruntled Frenchman exactly. You guys wanted this.
Let's see here. How about this one?
Iron Torch 20 says. Even going back to the whole ear medicine debacle, whenever someone questions him, his first reflex is to lash out. Both Keeperox's 99 says. Technically he has, just the laptop is only used for chat, which is dumb. Sheer King says. Big Ups To Snort Burnell, always puts out tremendous videos.
Sure.
Random French lurker says. No way 1700, Mr. Player will fall for his patterns. This is the higher he will go, I'm calling it.
It's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that shit. That's just going to be crazy.
Grim Phantomile says. Big Ups To Snort Burnell. Megamanal Rick 16 says. He's still gonna rage quit single player games and get salty over fighting games. Having 2 PCs isn't gonna fix a content creator's bad personality.
I am curious though too, is he gonna actually try to jump on what's it called, on Fightcade now? Or is he still gonna make his excuses? They're gonna dox me, they're gonna dox me. I mean, I'm curious to see how that plays out. Let's see here. With the stream, I think we went over the dial-a-phone thing again. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then we're gonna close out, guys. Already got a song picked out for you, so everything's cool.
Sunspot Gallery says, imagine the holiday weekend that PC could have paid for.
Yeah. He's got to invest in the business, right?
Random French lurker says, I think Phil is in distress for some time now, some years. Mentally, physically, and financially. I give him 10 years of life maximum.
Yeah, he's definitely burning himself on both sides of the wick. 10 years is a long time, man. We'll see how he do. If Cat leaves him within the 10 years, though, his time will be shorter.
Sunspot Gallery says, I give him 3.
That's a fair one.
Dwight Race says, DSP just told his chat that he loves them.
What?
This is the same clown that told his chat that they're not friends.
Yeah, I remember that.
Spectre Raven says, greetings GTG.
Greetings. How's it going?
Sunspot Gallery says, if he loved his wife, we wouldn't be here.
That's very true too, actually.
Anthony says, is a Fete being hacked and he was go on FightCAD.
Cool.
Spectre Raven says, hoi rory o.o.
Wow. Alright, people. Thank you guys very much for showing up. I very much appreciate it. Like I said, good times all around. Sure, some of the restreams have already started. I was hoping to stop before that happened. But go out there, support your restreamers. Big ups to them. I do need to find out how you can direct your streams to other people and whatnot, and then I need to compile a list and all of that, because I would like to do that. Because people have been very generous to me, so I'd like to try to give that back if I can. Thank you guys yet again. I'm going to play some Lupe to basically finish us up and out. Like I said, thank you guys very much for just coming through and hearing what I had to say for a few hours. And I'll catch y'all on the flip, you know what I'm saying? Later, people. And let's actually hit this one and then we'll start this music.
Random French lurker says, au revoir GTG, good day sir.
Same to you. Alright, catch you guys on the flip, and let's play you guys out.
Waking up with a song on the heart. To make it clear, I think that we should take it to the start. Walk past an old man laying in the park. He was talking to himself, but he was saying something sharp. She found herself drawn to the vibe of his remarks. The resonations called her like blood to a shark. But as she got closer, she felt something dark. Knew she made a mistake, but before she could depart, he reached up and grabbed her, sent the pulse off the chart. Said everything you do will now be in another art. Then vanished like Superman abandoning the planet. But this was similar to finding land in the Atlantic on the low. But she didn't really know. And what she gonna do? And everywhere she know. Everything she found. Yeah. I got what you got and he's on the song. Way. I don't know better, but that's just a slow way. Yeah. I got what you got and she's on the song. Say what the song say. You got what you say and I want that all. The whole way. The definition of possession, the state of being completely under the influence of an idea or emotion. Broken open to let the ghost in and go Gagosian, we're extra low end. Now let's return to the scene. Surreal and sent to chillin', kinda burned at the seams. It seemed that real life had really turned to a dream. But what exactly has she learned from the ling that's from Earth? Or maybe from not. Maybe she just received a curse. Or maybe the plot. Maybe there's something like a birth. Or maybe adopt. Or maybe not a baby at all, as that falls into realms of being intimate. But this feels more significant than that even. And that evening, she really felt the difference in fact speaking, had definitely changed in this design. Cause every time she went to chat, her mouth begat a rhyme. Now I got what you got and he's on the song way. That is on play. I don't know better, but that's just a slow way. I got what you got and she's on the song say. Do what the song says. You got what you say and I want that whole way. Yeah. everything's a verse, and everything's a line. A lyrical non-stop onslaught of rhymes. The hardcore roughneck bomb drop divine. Sound that is found when the tom tops combine with the bass and the snare and the kick. They fill you with a feeling that just make you wanna spit. Rap a couple bars, move your arms like this. Your hand is a gun and your arm is a clip. Let her rip, don't get hit by the split second. Smith & Wesson lips full of hollow tips. Please tell the best on your list that is death with a kiss. And they gotta swallow fire if they tryna follow this. With a style similar to round around, looking for an arrest to resist. Ain't no rest for the wit, no recess for the gift. It's like I don't do it for the check or the chip. I protect and predict what the next going to flip. I address then I rip, get respect then I dip. I don't live in the past, I finesse and forget. But don't make me resurrect up in this. I know what you